It's
That's
no way.
it. He's
So
just
why do
better
you
at playing
choose to bring
defense
up
at Zach
defense in
LaVine.
this? Why do you choose to bring up
Because when we're
defense in this
looking at the
argument when
talent,
it's not even needed? Because Paul George does not play defense. So just stop with that. Paul George does not play. Let's call it spade a spade. He does not play. But I will definitively say he does not play better defense than Zach LaVine, and I don't know where this is coming from. What better on-ball defense?
Starting getting started, the player choice way. Green light, supercharged, the player choice way. Got shot, got Jordan, got Dale, got Jay. Let them boy gon' get it started, the player choice way. Hey, hey, yeah, it's the player choice way. Let them boy gon' get it started, the player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.
Yo, the summoning Dell in the chat apparently didn't work. No idea where he's at, so hopefully he joins us midway through the show, I guess. How's everybody doing?
I'm good. I'm back. Got my tea. I feel a lot better.
Sound better.
Yeah, you looked out of it last episode.
Yeah, I didn't want to be there, but
wow.
People were calling him out on it in the chat.
I told Jordan I was unplayable before the chat. Before the show even started, but he told me it doesn't matter. He said, "Shut up and play."
Yeah. I said you're not injured, you're hurt.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, Jordan. But he wasn't wrong, I just couldn't get my normal triple double.
That's all right. You still produce. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You still got the dub.
Yo, I seen a funny stat. Oh, let me pull up the chat. I don't even have the chat. I seen a funny stat. Somebody DM me. Let me go look at exactly who it was. And he said episode 50 might have been the greatest Player's Choice. He said greatest podcast ever. And I love episode 50. It was really one of our best episodes. It was maybe it was in my request. Oh yeah, it was James. Shout out James Edwards from IG. Episode 50 of Player's Choice is one of the greatest podcasts I've ever seen. Some of the craziest takes I've ever heard in my life. Episode 50 is one of our more famous episodes, and I don't know why, but it's one of our most watched of all time. Downloaded.
What one is that? Was that the one I missed?
No, you was there. Wait. Yeah.
No, I think you missed that one. Then we went on a week break.
Oh, wow.
Or you might have been there.
No,
it was the Steph versus KD greatest of all time.
I missed that show. Oh, I guess that. Okay, maybe I'm the common denominator.
Not at all.
Am I why the views are low?
That was the birth. That was the birth of Remy Dub.
I'm why we don't get 300 likes.
No, that was the birth of Remy Dub, and then we also had Bubble MVP.
I wasn't there for Bubble MVP.
I remember it. I remember the start bench cut. It was the 3-point line, the dunk, and the crossover. And that was like, rather somebody cross somebody over and not make the shot.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Dell's top 10.
Yeah, hopefully Dell makes it. This is rare. This is his favorite thing in the world, Player's Choice. So I don't know where he's at.
Oh, you're concerned for his health and well-being?
Yeah, I'm concerned now.
You think he's tied up somewhere?
I thought maybe he got abducted,
Because what Dub was telling us?
Because he was in Philly,
Oh, maybe
it's dangerous out there. You got to be careful.
Dub, I've been thinking about this Philly stuff all day.
Really?
Since last episode.
What about it? What you been thinking about?
Nothing. Every time I hear a Meek Mill song, I think of you. I'm like, Dub must know what's hot in those Philly streets. Is Meek Mill a legend?
Meek Mill is a legend in Philadelphia. Legend.
Okay. I thought you were gonna get in here and be like, no, Shaq, from what I heard, the streets is talking.
They're really liking Drizzy out here.
Yeah, and I gotta respect that you're 30 minutes away. You're in the
bro, I'm 30,
sure.
I'm like 30, 40 minutes away from Philly. I'm like 30, 40 minutes away from New York. I'm like 50 minutes away from the beach. I'm in the middle of everything, bro.
Is that 30, 40 minutes like subway?
Huh?
Is it like 30, 40 minutes away from in the subway?
Subway will be a little bit longer, but I just drive everywhere. I'd rather just drive.
You can make it 30, 40 minutes and drive?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm going to say if any, because I do believe that Dell's going to show up. I'm not gonna say anything about the similarities between Dub, Erik, and Lightout, but like Dale will. So.
He 100% will. That might be the first thing he says. Dub, is this your other brother?
Well, why do I
That's on the
look like
bingo card.
everybody? I'm tired of this. Why do I look like everybody?
Why do you look
You
like a
guys all
little
wanna look
kid
like
swinging
Drake.
around in your chair right now?
Trust me, I haven't had a chair like this in a very long
Is
time.
this the first time you've ever sat in a chair that moves?
Yes, and I'm so excited, bro.
You are about to piss people off that are watching this.
Why?
It's so distracting.
Bro, I love it.
I hate when people move around like that.
I'm always sitting up like this and everything. My back be hurting sometimes. So now I'm just, oh man.
Yeah, you can sit back, but swinging around like a merry-go-round, it's
Is
wild.
anybody missing LeBron?
Nah.
I thought I was gonna be able to eat this show, but if Dale's not here, well, maybe Dale will start soliloquying.
Also, I am kidding for anyone watching and listening. I love LeBron.
Yo, I want to apologize to the chat.
No, he doesn't.
I started rewatching some of the episodes.
you
I
got a lot of walkbacks.
No, I just sound terrible. Like
Wow.
all my points just sound terrible. I hated watching some of them. I was just sitting there like, yo, what the hell is this guy?
He started
even
watching
saying?
it. He's like, I hate this guy too.
Yeah, I started like, wow, I understand all the
Now you see what we're talking about.
yes,
Yo,
I
Brutus.
understand you completely now, like completely. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, I never knew I sounded like that. It's
Brutus,
With that being said, do you have any walkbacks?
terrible.
Yeah, you have any
No.
more?
Because a lot of things I felt I was right. It's just I just did a terrible job in explaining it.
So how many debates did you lose because you swear you're king debate and that you're ready
Probably-
for low? So how many?
You swear you're
No,
Chef
I
Ramsay
probably
in the
lost.
kitchen.
I probably lost a lot just because it just didn't sound right at all.
Oh,
Like, at
just
all.
because it was on you. It had nothing to do with anybody else.
It was on me. And that, well, no, I mean, at the same time, y'all was cooking as well. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that me being bad is the only reason you guys win. That's disrespectful.
Okay. I'm not
I
mad at
just
that.
I just got to do a better job.
That's growth, Dub.
I love the self-reflection though.
I'll tell you, I love criticism.
I feel
love
like
it.
we're gonna watch Dub just mature in life over the years on Player's Choice, right in front of our eyes.
Well, I mean, you see the moment you get Dale off the show, how much good that does for him. And he
Yo,
refuses to join Shaq Army. But he
Shaq,
wants to be a minion.
I was waiting for that in person.
Go
the
ahead.
Del Minion.
go ahead. You can take it for me.
Shaq Army's a bad army.
Because bro, I really don't think I'm a Del Minion at all.
You're a Dale
Why?
minion.
Wait, why
Sure.
though? Wait, why? Because of the
You got the
KD?
Dale. Why are you a Dale minion?
Yes.
We're gonna see every time since Dale isn't here. Every time you start acting like Dale this episode, I'm gonna let you know.
Am I?
I
acting
can
like
give it
Del
to you
right
in
now?
real time.
Give it to
Pause.
him real time.
Wait, hold up. I did that one time, and that was when my laptop started acting up.
That was your only impersonation.
I think so.
Yo, really quick behind the scenes note. I produce Gridiron, so I'm there for every episode, just behind the scenes. And every time Ben's stuff cuts out, I am crying, laughing. It kills me every time because it's only when he is mid sentence. It's so funny.
Yeah, that'd be having me down. Definitely check out Player's Choice Gridiron, man. Ben's a character. His
Everyone
side
up
girl
there.
called her last night.
I woke up to you guys' Clubhouse.
Did you join?
And I just seen you guys were talking about football, and I stand with Kaepernick, so I couldn't click on that filth.
I got you.
Well,
Maybe next time.
Should we just start and hope that he joins before we get to topic one, or
An episode without Dale. Have I been on an episode without Dale with this few many people? I don't think so. So I'm looking forward to it. It is what it is.
all right?
I can finally get my takes off in peace. Maybe I don't know because I don't know where Eric's coming from.
Yeah, we
Nah, man.
got new blood.
He's a wild card.
For sure, a wild card.
No, I was gonna say Shaq's and Dell's debates are entertainment at its finest.
Oh, it's amazing. I told Shaq that him and Dell need to have their own show. One day it
Everybody
will
stop
happen.
watching Player's Choice.
What do you mean? Whoa. I'm not saying leave. I'm saying just on the side, bro. Come on.
Have you seen the gridiron numbers?
No,
They're begging me to
don't.
get on there.
Wow. That's
Oh my
hurtful.
God.
That's very hurtful.
It's not hurtful. You guys are a growing platform. This is normal.
Nah,
I don't think I can even say that. That's just gonna have to grow organically.
I will see. I think we got a good crew with us.
Amazing crew.
Sports Fluent is a demon.
Sports Fluent's back must be hurting.
Oh, is Sports Fluent carrying that show?
Sports Fluent is
Man, they're coming
one
at
of
your neck, dog.
So I don't care. Sports Fluent is one of the nastiest individuals I've ever met, but I love it.
Madden Champ, yes. 2 people got bingo. One of them is up here on the panel right now. All right.
And by the way,
Go ahead, Shaq.
yeah, all of Dale's minions leave for this episode.
What do you mean?
I'm asking in the chat, are any Dale minions in attendance? Because I'm about to start harping on a lot of great points here.
All right. Let's get started. Dell, we miss you. I hope that you join. If not, we'll see you next time. Welcome back.
Thought there was,
Good. Wow. Okay. This is awkward.
Cool.
What do we do from here?
What happened?
Now I feel awkward.
What happened?
I'm just playing. No. Welcome back to another episode. Fuck.
What the hell just happened?
Yo, let me tell you right now, nothing made me greater. I mean, nothing made me sleep like a baby more than seeing Luka fall to Zach LaVine.
Wow.
But that's because Zach has a better team though.
Yeah, that was tough. I wish I could have watched the game, but I saw the box score, and it made me.
I
sad.
can't believe Deb just said that.
It's facts. The
After
Bulls.
you guys thought he was going to beat the Clippers when they got a better team. That logic doesn't apply in the playoffs, I guess. It's amazing.
It was just the
what
way
you
that they
guys
were playing.
decide.
It was the way that they were playing. The Bulls are playing great. Mavs aren't playing terrible, but
Wait, who thought that the Mavericks were better than the
and
Clippers
Shaq-
in the playoffs?
and Shaq,
yeah.
no.
You guys said they should have won unanimously. Everybody on this board thought they should have won.
I thought that they were going to beat them after
Okay.
how things were
that logic
transpiring.
didn't-
Which series? Last year or the
Yeah.
bubble?
no last year. They went up 2-0 on them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
when
did you
they went
see,
up-
did you see Porzingis?
Yeah, but did you see
Oh,
Luka?
Yeah, but
It-
Luka's style play isn't going to work in the playoffs.
Whoa,
I mean, I love Luka. Don't get me wrong.
that
but-
doesn't sound like it.
no, I don't agree with Shaq's takes on Luka because I love Luka, but
Okay, let's go then. What takes do you not agree with?
that he's
just
not a
really
superstar.
quickly.
How is he not a superstar?
I mean, how is he a superstar?
Wait.
What qualifies Luka Doncic as a superstar?
Wait, we actually have a topic dedicated to this
Okay.
in the show. Not that
I
specific
just
point,
thought-
but
Might as well let it go, Jay. I'm here.
I thought
for
he
it.
was gonna.
here
Yeah, I'm
for it.
trying to
Eric,
figure
let
out
it all
why.
out.
all right, get this one off because there is a topic where we get to. But go ahead.
I was just gonna. What doesn't make him a superstar? I mean, he's box office and he averaged 33.99 in the playoffs. How's that not
Okay,
superstar material?
Okay, so is box office automatically qualify you as a superstar?
I mean, if you're producing the numbers like he does, yeah.
Wait, so so now we move the goal line for Luka.
What goal line?
So is Bradley Beal a superstar? Is he not box office
No, I don't think he is.
because he plays in Washington?
No, but I mean, he doesn't
It's
make the
because he's
playoffs.
not. It's because he's not.
If
Luka
Bradley
Doncic.
He
Beal
had
was
Russell
whiting
Westbrook.
from if Bradley Beal was whiting from Europe, he would be a superstar in everybody's eyes here. It would be insane. And that's the realization that we have to come to. And
I
there's
don't know.
nothing
I
wrong
don't.
with
I
that.
mean, I can't say he's not a superstar, but I
Why?
think he had Russell Westbrook last year, and what did he do?
I mean, they went to the
Wait,
playoffs on the
wait,
team that was not supposed to make the playoffs. They went against all odds. I'm
What-
here with you.
I
Dub.
mean,
What does him having to be a European have to do with anything?
Who would Luka being a European?
Yeah.
don't
It
tell
already-
me-
Like, why
okay.
does that count? Why does that count? I'm just asking. Why does
Wait,
that
do you
catapult
think
him
he's
over Bradley Beal?
Or is one of your arguments you think like he's overhyped because I've heard this a lot because he's white?
I mean, he does have fair skin, but I mean, I'm
Maybe I
telling
shouldn't.
I'm telling you, if I feel like Damian Lillard's been doing this for so many years, and you guys think right now that Luka's better than Damian Lillard, and I'm saying it's
I
nothing
wouldn't say
wrong with
that
the perception, but there's a lot of people that would. There's nothing wrong
for
with the
sure.
perception of is he white, is he European? I mean, those are just facts.
But Shaq,
You
I
can
don't.
go and you can pull a case study on any player in the NBA and compare it to Luka over the last 5 or 10 years that have been putting up crazy numbers and don't get the hype like this. Just saying, let's just start
But
there.
Shaq,
So,
I
okay.
don't. I don't agree with that wholeheartedly because Luka Doncic, this is his third year, and look at the numbers he's been producing.
Exactly.
No,
It's not. It's not. It's not just. Don't get me wrong. I do agree with you to an extent that
what do
his
you always
skin.
tell me, Dub? Is the league accelerated or not?
It
The
has.
league just keeps going. It's always going to
Yes.
go like this with stats and numbers.
Yes, it
It's
is.
always going to go
Yes,
like
yes.
this.
But
So
when we
every
look
new
at
guy that comes in is going to
Luka's
be able to break the old stats and the
when
old
we look at
numbers.
when we look at Luka's first 3 years, is one of the best rookie starts. I mean, one of the best 3 years that we've ever seen
Facts.
somebody come out with, comparing it
Okay,
to like
fair.
LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Now, don't
Mhm.
get me wrong, him being a lighter complexion, him being white basically does make it easier for him to be likable. I do agree with you on that level. But at the end of the day, he is producing at a high level.
Okay, it was Bradley Beal producing at a high level.
Not
And tell
in
me
his
why he
first
wasn't.
in his first 3 years, no.
No, just now,
Now,
because you
yeah,
want to.
I would
Just now,
say.
yeah. Just now, yeah. But this
I
is
mean,
Lucas. People
is
are high
Bradley?
on him because this is his first 3 years and he's doing something at
I
this
would
level.
yes,
Got you.
and
So what about Jason Tatum? Was he producing at a high level? I know it wasn't Luka worthy, but he was going to the playoffs and he was going deep, and he was challenging LeBron James and you guys' Hall of Fame of what should be a superstar. And when they get to the playoffs, that means everything. Same with Kawhi. Remember all you guys Kawhi talk?
Mhm.
Kawhi in the playoffs is this, and that. He's this, and that. Well, Jason
Mm,
Tatum did decent in the playoffs.
yeah, but
He did.
Tatum wasn't the guy. He had Kyrie
Tatum,
there.
and-
I think
got you.
Shaq is right with that though. People were high on
No,
Jason
people,
Tatum
no, for
because of
sure,
that
people
playoff
were.
run.
No, for
Because of
sure.
that playoff run. But I mean, if we're looking at the numbers wasn't there for him.
If
Okay.
if Luca had that Boston team, do you think he does the same thing?
In his first year,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because
All,
I
all I'm-
agree. I agree. Tatum was really high. People had him really high after that series, but after a couple years now, it just seems like he's just kind of been stagnant, and we don't see that leap from him. So, I myself have taken that step back on Tatum because I used to be really high on him, but now you can't even tell who's better between him and Jaylen Brown, and that's not a good
Okay,
thing.
so if Tatum was putting up those same numbers, but they weren't winning, would you still be high on him? Like if he was putting up insane numbers?
If he was putting Luka numbers,
Put
probably.
Okay, got you.
Mhm.
That's very clever because you knew exactly where I was going with this. You guys say he's only been in the league for 3 years,
Mhm.
and granted, he had an amazing 3-year run, and
Mhm.
it could turn into 10. But if he never makes it out of the first, which he hasn't, or makes it to the second, because Carmelo, I mean, I'm pretty sure he put up impressive numbers his first 3 years too. He's not a playmaker, so of course his assists won't look like Luka's, but I
Mhm.
bet you his points and rebounds do.
Yeah,
His
but Melo
points, yeah,
wasn't
definitely.
efficient though.
I'm what's the thing with this efficient argument just blows my mind every time. I just seen Giannis go 12 for 26. Like
Eric, I was
shooters are
But
gonna
for
be streaky.
I was
For
high on
sure.
you
you
for
can
a minute, Eric. I was high on you for a minute, and then you
No,
brought
but
the efficient. I'm like,
no, because
oh,
Melo's for career, he's shooting like what 43,
no,
44% from the
but
field.
once again, it's a much different era. In that era, nobody was getting on
Okay, that makes
ESPN,
sense.
getting
Okay,
on
okay.
First Take and saying this guy's 90, 50, 40. ESPN created that narrative, and all the basketball
I
heads
mean,
created that narrative
okay,
that's
fair.
the standard. So
That's
now
fair.
every kid, to Dub's point before the show, every kid that's growing up in this era, they're like, I have to shoot 90, 50, 40. In reality, no, you don't.
I mean,
Only
I
a
wouldn't
handful of NBA players
for
shoot that,
sure.
and only a handful of players shoot around 50, especially north of 50%, especially when you're shooting threes and a bunch of twos.
No,
So
for
that's
sure.
just unrealistic.
But to me, it's like when you consider Melo, people always talk about his offensive abilities, right?
Mhm.
He's a pure scorer.
I'm following
To
you.
me, but to me, it's like because he was so good as a scorer, he's got to be at least anywhere between the 48, 49% field goal percentage range.
I mean,
KD
that's
can
not
do
true
it.
because it's
Jordan
still
can
the
do it.
same with Luka. It's still the same with Luka. Like Melo's out there shooting all of the shots. He gets to make every single decision when he gets the ball. Granted, he's not a playmaker, so Luka still doesn't have to shoot as many shots as Melo did. but it's two different positions. But even still, Carmelo came in, he lost to LeBron James for Rookie of the Year. You're not going to tell me Melo slowed down in those first 3 years. I don't have the stats on deck, but I guarantee you his points and rebounds were off the meter. And you would have never dared call Carmelo Anthony a superstar in his first 3 years in the league.
And listen, the whole efficiency argument, I really hate it because when we're looking at, especially in the eras of the 2000s, not a lot of guys were shooting at high percentages.
I mean, for sure, but they're
shooting 45 to 43% was pretty good. 45% back in that day was pretty good. Kobe Bryant never shot 50% in his career.
No, for sure.
So that whole efficiency argument, you gotta understand, like Shaq said, it's all about the era you play in.
And
it was just way more difficult to score in that era. Efficient.
But I mean, in today's era, they shoot a lot more, and they're shooting like KD shoots a lot more than. And
but it's easier to score.
He's efficient, but his team just lost last year no matter what. And that's the point that I'm getting to. Sid the Kid said, but that's how you win games, being efficient. One player being efficient does not win you games. It means absolutely nothing. One player's usage rate through the roof is how you get a James Harden and a Luka Doncic. So I'm trying to figure out how you guys can sit here and say Luka Doncic right now in the present state is better than a James Harden when James Harden and Luka have essentially done the same thing.
For sure. Do you think James Harden's a superstar?
1,000%. 1,000%. It's a difference between 3 years versus. Yes.
So is it your point, the longevity aspect that Luka just hasn't done it for that long?
I mean, even when we look back on James Harden's career, for us to say he's not a superstar is kind of wild, just because he's done it for so long. Same with Carmelo. You wouldn't sit here and say Carmelo. Same with Dame Lillard. But like when Luka gets back, when we get to the end of this and say Luka's killing it, he does all of these things, I wouldn't say that he's not a Hall of Fame or a legend or a superstar.
Okay,
all I'm saying, just in his first 3 years, for you to guys give him that superstar status, to me, is just unfair. It's you guys do this with nothing else. Why is he a superstar?
To me, it's like, because to me, it's
when does winning come into being a superstar this early? I'm just curious.
For sure. I'm just simply, if he's putting up the same, you just said he's basically the same thing as James Harden, right? And this is James Harden at his peak. Luka's doing this in 3 years, in year 3 and 4.
But you understand that if Luka Doncic came into the league 10 years ago, he wouldn't have done this in his first 3 years. That's the whole evolution of the game. Just like you're going to see somebody in 5 years outdo what Luka's doing right now, and then you guys are going to sit here and get on this train. I mean, we're
getting into hypotheticals here, though.
No, we literally can see that every 5 to 10 years. That stats increase.
For sure.
I can agree with Shaq, because I think I understand what Shaq means. Now I understand where Shaq goes with this Luka debate. As in, people are so fast to put him ahead of a James Harden, even Damian Lillard.
No, that's
honestly,
fair.
I don't put him over Damian Lillard. It's way too soon to be doing that.
That's fair.
So I do see where Shaq is coming from, where a lot of people are overhyping him, put him in his top 5 category, where let's keep it real.
Fair.
He's not there yet. He definitely has that potential.
Yeah, no,
and he hasn't made it out of the first round, and you guys say,
okay, we cannot say Harden. That for Luka Doncic until he plays at least 10 years.
But it doesn't matter though. That's what you guys need to realize. Like I get it. Luka's young. Then leave it at that. He's a young all-star, but I'll even accept a young superstar in the fact that he'll eventually be a superstar. But once you get that superstar tag, it doesn't leave you unless you just completely ride until the tail end of your career. But when you're declared a superstar, then you're about to be a superstar for the next 5 to 10 years, however many. But for you guys to sit up here and tell me just because of Luka's numbers is why he's a superstar, and then bring up efficiency, but then none of you guys call Bradley Beal a superstar or even close, and it's been the same situation. I'm just confused.
For sure. The only thing with Bradley Beal is he's not the distributor, playmaker, and rebounder that Luka is.
1,000%. But it's like, okay, so does that mean that a scoring shooting guard can't be declared a superstar at any point?
That's fair.
Let's wrap this argument up.
Because I guaranteed you, when does it get to the point where Zach LaVine's a superstar when he averaged more points than Luka? I mean, of course not more assists, but rebounds is similar on better splits and efficiency. Wait a second. Is it, Jay?
You don't think it's coming soon?
I just feel like it's always the optics. I don't feel like anybody feels comfortable calling Zach LaVine a superstar until LeBron, Durant, James, all those guys are gone.
We'll see. All
One last
right.
question.
Because he's
I
young.
got one last
Why?
question for
Because
Shaq.
he's young. In year 7, he's young.
One last question for Shaq. So when do you think Luka will become? What does he have to do in order to become that superstar?
I mean, the thing is, he has a faster track than a Zach LaVine to be declarable. He has the fastest track to superstardom out of everybody, in my opinion. All he literally has to do, I think, I mean, I don't want him to join the super team, but he has to get to a second round or a conference, or he doesn't have to go all the way to the finals, or he just has to continue to put up these numbers just make it out of the first round.
Honestly,
Beat
I think
somebody
what
and
Shaq is saying. I think what Shaq is saying that it's just too soon to put that label.
And that's
on.
fair. That's fair.
It's way
That's-
too soon. And I
that's
agree.
fair.
I
I agree with
The
that.
only
I
reason
agree
we
with
call
that.
Jokic we were not calling Jokic a superstar before his MVP. We weren't.
That's a
And
fact.
people
That's
are still
facts. That's
reluctant to
facts.
call Jokic a
No, he's definitely a
superstar
superstar.
when he had better numbers across the board than Luka Doncic.
That's fair. That's fair.
So it's like it's a weird thing what we're doing with Luka just because he's young and putting up numbers and getting bounced in the first round. He's not getting zapped.
Okay. All right. Let's open up the show. Yo, shout out.
We're not getting, only a few people, a few teams are reluctant.
Shout
to
out.
get zapped.
Shout out to Lefty Lopez. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for gifting the sub. And shout out to you for listening on Spotify for 3 months and catching a live show. Happy to have you here. And welcome back to another episode of Player's Choice, the number one place to be for NBA hot takes and flop takes. Shout out to everybody who's joining us
Can we
live
get
right
Garb
now on
to
Twitch.
fist it on the show?
If you're
got
new,
a computer Garb, you can join right now and play Sidell because he is on here chatting.
if you are new to Player's Choice, make sure you
Plays who?
subscribe to
Dell
the
or Dell?
channel, like the video, rate and review the podcast on whatever audio platform you're listening on. Join us on Discord to stay tapped into the community and everything going on in the world of Player's Choice. Check out our website, smck77.com. Cop yourself some Player's Choice merch. And then really quick, I just want to shout someone out who's a viewer of ours, fan of Player's Choice. Davon, shout out to you and your family, man. Life is filled with many challenges, and I know that you and your family are going through and have been through some tough times. And I just want to say that you guys are in our thoughts, and there's brighter times ahead, I promise you. So keep your head up high. We're all rooting for you, man. Thank you for watching and enjoying the show. And last,
shout
ahead.
out Davion for sure. He's left some messages, and he messaged the Player's Choice platform on IG, and just shout him out. Just shout him out.
And I know that we've already gotten into the show a little bit, but I wanted to welcome our guest, Erik from All Around the NBA podcast. You guys have probably seen him in the chat, floating around on the Player's Choice comments and giving you all the smoke. So, Erik, welcome to Player's Choice, and thank you for joining.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate it.
He's the guy I'm talking about when I say all these other podcasters. LOL. I'm just like, you just started yours, right?
Yeah, a couple months ago. So like when he was talking
Gotcha.
about the last episode, I was like, please don't be me. Please don't be me.
No, I got the bullseye on the back of a few other podcasts. And Dub, you said if I was talking about you, no, Dub, you know that you're irreplaceable. If you were replaceable, you would have been gone with some of your offenses. So you clearly don't have anything to worry about. You're the guy that they're like, man, he gets treated differently. He does this and I'm fired, and he does this and Dub gets away with murder. Just to let you know, you have a long leash, and now that you're in bed, pause with Dale, secret side conversations, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
All right, let's kick it off
Shaq.
with topic number one. We're going to talk about the Jokic versus Markieff Morris scuffle. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this whole thing and who's in the right, who's in the wrong. If anyone, in my opinion, the hit was hard from Jokic. The retaliation was hard, but retaliation is necessary in that situation, in my opinion. I was surprised that his team, no one on the Nuggets even really batted an eye when this happened, when Markieff gave him that shoulder. And I went and watched the replay again today because I was like, did no one see that? And then Jokic just bulldozes him from the back. So let's start with you, Erik. Thoughts on the scuffle, and was Jokic right to retaliate in this situation?
Yeah. I don't blame him for doing what he did. because he wouldn't have reacted that way if it wasn't for Morris. Like Morris gave him a hard foul, and if you look at the replay, you can see like he kind of hit him in the knee, and I don't blame Jokic for reacting like that. Now, was it a hard hit? Yeah, but this isn't the first time we see Jokic do this. Like we saw it, was it last year against Devin Booker? And then when his brothers became a meme about it, where they were in the stands, and even in the bubble with Pat Beverly. So we've seen this side of him. It's not like surprising to me. And at the end of the day, it's like the Morris that's the type of players that they are. They're kind of rough around the edges. I wouldn't say they're dirty, but that's just the type of players that they are. So to me, it wasn't like, I think he sold it after he hit him. Like he was on the ground for a little while. Like it was a hard hit, but he was definitely trying to sell it. And yeah, I to me, it's like one of the biggest things is this era gets knocked for is its softness.
He was trying to get that insurance money.
But like
Oh
everybody knocks this era for being so soft, right? And they compare, the 90s was so tough and LeBron wouldn't be able to play in the 90s. And then the moment you see a little bit of toughness in today's NBA, it's like people get crucified. It's
red
like
flag.
Like what do you want then? You know what I mean? It's like I think it was nice to see that you see a little bit of aggressive. It wasn't a hard foul. Like he wasn't putting him in danger. Like he wasn't going up to for a dunk or a layup. Like he wasn't in the air. So it was nothing too serious. But I think it was. I don't blame Jokic for reacting that way.
And I think Jokic is getting most of the flack in this situation. Right. When if Markieff Morris were to injure Jokic in that play, that would have been terrible. He's lucky he didn't. Yeah. But Dub, thoughts?
I agree with around the NBA. You guys know Miami is my squad, but at the end it was right is right and was wrong is wrong. Both sides was wrong in the situation, but honestly, I can't really blame Jokic for defending himself on, let's be real, it was a dirty hit in my eyes. Jokic is taking a half-court shot. There's no need to run full speed at him and literally drop your shoulder right into his chest. Now, Jokic, his temper flared, he lost control of himself. And, when something like that happens to you, sometimes it's just hard to keep it together. So I understand where the anger and frustration came from. And, it was a dirty hit on Jokic's side as well. But, I mean, when you hit somebody dirty, you got to expect something dirty to come back.
Shaq.
My take isn't even about what happened on the court. Granted, should the Morris twin have done that? Probably not. It was sloppy. It could have created an injury for Jokic. But Jokic's retaliation was a bit too much. You're one of the biggest players in the league, and you're coming up behind somebody that's almost a half a size of you, and you're just throwing all of your weight into them while they're not looking. And the fact that it did look like he got whiplash, and it did look like he was
his
on
head
the ground.
Snapped.
Yeah, his head for sure snapped. And the thing is, just to clear up why nobody on the Nuggets team reacted, because have you seen the Nuggets roster? I don't think anybody is about that life. Going up against a brotherhood in Miami. Like even the picture that they took outside of the locker room was that was like some cool shit
so
right there.
Tough. I love that.
Yeah. That was some. That. But I want to stop the narrative that the Jokic brothers versus the Morris twins.
Yeah, that's goofy. That is goofy.
I'm an Arizona guy, but I also play overseas. So I've heard the stories, and I've lived some of the stories with the Morris twins. And for them to think that it's just going to go one way, I don't know where it's going to go. I think it's terrible for the league. I do feel like this is one to where you need to be like, okay, let's sit everybody down and let's clear this up before we move on, because this is not going to end. I know the Morris twins. I know them. I know them. I party with them. I've been in Arizona with them. I'm telling you right now, I don't know how the Jokic brothers think this is going to go down, but it is not going to be easy, especially on American soil. So to avoid anything drastic, it isn't like you can bring, it's clearly a home advantage for one side, but I don't know. It's like one of those things you want to meet up. I don't think anybody's going to want to meet up, but they for sure, because this is like the worst 2-on-2 that I don't want to see this. I don't want to see how far this can go. It isn't like a Draymond situation where it's like nothing's going to happen. I honestly believe if these guys ever seen each other, something would happen.
Shaq, I can
almost guarantee it.
I want to ask you this because I think it's important from someone who has played the game, who plays the game. and let's say Jokic didn't retaliate in that fashion, right, where it was overly aggressive. Do you think that a retaliation is necessary in that situation? Me personally, I do. Some type of retaliation, not hitting him, but for sure, like, hey, that's, we're getting in your face.
You can't show him that you're soft, but I mean, it's a difference between, MVP Jokic and Jokic from a couple years ago. I mean, he can basically get away with anything, just like anybody with that status could. Like LeBron James only got suspended for one game. In the Morris twin only got fined, which I feel like he should have also been suspended, because if you don't have, it's like if you don't put anybody in that situation, then none of this happens. And it was out of frustration, so I don't even know if they would have called the foul. I didn't even hear a whistle after Markieff Morris bumped into him like that.
Do you think?
I don't know if anybody.
Do you think Morris would have got suspended if he injured Jokic?
I don't even know if he would have got called for a flagrant 2. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, after he did it, it just looked like it was business as usual. I didn't see any refs do anything.
That's true.
And it's just like Jokic had all this time in the world, and Morris just walked away thinking that. Like, I don't nowhere near think Jokic is soft, and I would have been expecting a retaliation 100% if that was me. But I mean, I just got on here to say I don't want to see that 2-on-2.
I think one of the Jokic brothers, unless it was a completely different Jokic clip that I saw, was like a MMA. He did mixed martial arts or something.
Yeah, I don't know why people are bringing that up. Not you, Jay, but I'm just saying I've seen the rowdiest, roughest, and toughest guys get knocked out, and I'm telling you.
Fair enough.
These Morris twins, it's like they level up when they're together. It's like they turn into a mighty morphin.
A mighty morphin twin?
Transformers.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's aggressive, and I'm just like, I'm glad I'm here with them. But I mean, of course,
the hashtag, Shaq.
I mean, that's a super hashtag. We're not the same, but of course, that was under different circumstances. But I mean, I would expect them. I don't like that.
Got you.
I don't like that.
Moving on to topic number 2, JJ Redick said the Warriors have no signature wins yet other than their opening night win against the Lakers, and that it's irresponsible to call the Golden State Warriors title favorites just yet. Dub, thoughts?
I can see where JJ's going with this, but then at the same time, I'm looking at the West as like, if the Lakers don't get into shape, who else is coming out?
I think the Lakers can beat I think the Lakers can beat any team in a playoff series.
Yes, they could, but I'm saying, like, based off what we've seen so far, if they don't get things rolling, it's like, who else are you gonna go with? Maybe the Nuggets. Maybe the Nuggets.
I literally seen Dale, who is not here today, pick the Nets against anybody in the league when they weren't rolling. So
Shaq,
I'm entitled to do the same thing.
Oh wait, time out, Shaq. I'm not assuming that the Lakers aren't going to get it together. I know they're going to get it together because I believe in LeBron and Russ and AD. I'm just saying, based
you're
off.
100% sure about that?
Yeah, I believe in.
Yeah,
I believe
just off of pure talent, you're winning 2 games to end the series, and then you tell me I only got to flip 2 more.
For sure. My question is: Are you guys concerned at all about LeBron's health and his age?
No, I feel like if they do what they're doing now, like, you have to load manage LeBron in year 19. Like, it's not even fair to say, I'm just saying, it's not even fair to say, oh, he's taking off games. I think he's strategically doing it to save his body, just because I think Russ and AD can hold down the fort. And if LeBron wants to turn it up after the All-Star break, which I think he should, I think he'll probably get in there. I think LeBron makes the All-Star break if he doesn't play another game right now, just because of who he is. So I don't think he's concerned about that, nor should that matter. But I'm just saying, I don't see any team beating the Lakers in a series. That's why I do not fret. I'm not worried. You guys can say Russell Westbrook, this, and that. But when LeBron James is playing quarterback on that team, now you only getting 50% of what Russ is doing right now.
My question: Do you think LeBron is capable of just turning it up in the playoffs?
1,000%.
Yes. It's
Why
LeBron.
I think
LeBron could sit out the whole year.
Why didn't he
come
do it
back in the
last year?
playoffs?
Oh, you want to tell you why?
I mean,
no, I'll tell him why, Shaq. I'll tell him why he didn't do it last year. Last year, this is LeBron. LeBron's like, I'm in year 18. My best player just got hurt. My second best player or best player just got hurt. I'm older. I don't feel like, hurting myself. So I'm like, I'm gonna just take this loss. It is.
It's not even hurt. It's not even hurting
Dub
myself.
is
It's
a
just
Shaq
like
minion tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Dub.
He's slowly turning.
I mean, every episode I just feed Dub a little bit of flattery, and I'm just waiting for him to turn the tide, and it seems to be working in my favor. But anyways, I feel like that last year's series was so unfair. Like, I've been in situations, like we see movies all the time, and I guess this is a horrible analogy, but you see movies where guys just not give up, but it's just like I'm going up against the entire world, and they come out victorious. This isn't a movie. This is actual reality. I don't have Anthony Davis. Am I supposed to score 60? I don't think LeBron cared about getting injured. He still is going to play the right way. The same thing that you guys kill him for his entire career. He's not going to change up just because somebody goes down. LeBron's going to play the right way. He was still getting guys wide open shots.
For sure.
They couldn't make the shots. It's the same thing with Luka, so let's apply it here.
Russell Westbrook's about to drop a triple-double tonight, by the way. I just checked the box score.
On everybody's NBA
as I keep saying
nightly.
with Russ too, Russ is, it takes time for Russ to adjust. So give Russ time to adjust, and I think they're gonna make things work out.
Shout out to Bama. Bama's in the chat.
Yo,
okay.
Nah, I'm mad at Bama because I was supposed to play Apex with him and he never showed up.
Fire.
Dang.
He was playing with the boys. He was like, Dub
waiting
can't
for
run with
somebody
me
in
and
the
the
chat.
crew. What were you going to say, Shaq?
Jordan, I'm waiting for you to send the link to somebody in the chat so they can join the show.
You just want someone to join? I don't know about that.
Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, Shaq and Erik, do you guys think that JJ Redick was wrong in saying that?
As far as what?
You remember?
Oh, no. I don't think he was wrong at all. To call them the favorites, like, man, they are looking good, but that's such prisoner of the moment stuff. Like, even if they were still looking good at the halfway mark, I just don't believe it in the playoffs. Like, I want to believe Steph, but then I don't know. I feel like if they go up against the Clippers, they may struggle. But I don't know if the Mavs. Sorry, but I don't think the Mavs have a good enough team or good enough defense to knock them off. And then we're gonna get another year of he went up against the Golden State Warriors, and that's why I don't want that to happen. It's just like Luka cannot go up against any superstar team or any team in the West with a superstar. If it's the Lakers, they had LeBron. If it's the Clips, they had Kawhi and Paul George. If it's Golden State, they had Steph. If it's the Utah Jazz, they had Gobert. This is where you guys will take it.
No,
if it's the Grizzlies, they got Ja. I mean, I just don't know what he's supposed to do to get this superstar tag.
I would say if he goes up against the Jazz, I think the Jazz are a beatable team for him because I definitely think he can beat them. And if he doesn't beat the Jazz, I think that's a fair knock on him.
So any other team though, Luka?
I mean, I don't think he could beat. I don't think he'd beat the Warriors. I don't think he'd be able to beat the Lakers. I don't even think he'd beat if he faces Clippers again in the first round. I mean,
wait, you think the Jazz are a cakewalk?
I wouldn't say that.
I'm just saying, Luka's young, and right now he doesn't really have that team capable of making a run like that. So it's like at the same time, I see where Shaq is going with that, but then at the same time, I'm like, he's young and everything. Like, let's give him time. Let's see him in a team in a situation where he could probably make a good enough run.
Honestly, when they were in the bubble, when KP was healthy, they looked like they were about to beat the Clippers. So you give them a legitimate second.
Before that series started, who would you bet on?
The Clippers.
Exactly.
No, for sure.
I agree that Luka doesn't have any help. I mean, he just doesn't. Those are facts. That's fair.
Bro, KP is not helping. I'm sorry.
No, I said that's fair.
No, I know.
That he doesn't. It's fine, but that's up to Mark Cuban for them to figure that out because they're going to keep Luka there for his entire career, unless Luka wants to chase some rings.
For sure. Now, for me, in regards to like the Warrior or JJ Redick's take, I don't think it's irresponsible to say that the Warriors are favorites. I mean, they are looking like the Warriors before their injuries hit them, and they don't even have Clay. So when we don't know what Clay is going to look like when he comes back. But even
do they have a weaker schedule?
I mean, you can go that route. You can say that, but at the same time, it's like they're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat. And if they would have lost some of those games, what would we be saying about them?
I mean, it'd be a more fair assessment because right now I think that we're just as fool's gold. Until
So-
Clay gets back, I don't trust anything out of Golden State.
So I'm gonna give you their games. So they played the Lakers, beat the Lakers. They beat the Clippers in their second game by 2 points. Kings,
The Clippers just recently got rolling
Yes.
with
Yeah.
5 straight.
Kings, they beat, should have beat them. Thunder, beat them, should have beat them. Grizzlies lost by 3. Thunder again. Hornets, Pelicans, Rockets, Hawks.
I don't like the Hawks.
Hornets.
I don't think the Hawks was a bad. I think that was a solid win. I mean, the Hawks are not playing
Yeah,
that great right now, but that's a solid win. The Hornets at the time,
But based off of what Shaq said about the Clippers earlier, the Hawks have a losing record right now.
no, for sure. But talent-wise, they're still the same team as last year. They just haven't
And-
gotten together.
And they're going to play a bunch of teams that have these same type of squads. So it really doesn't matter if they finished, let's say, 60-22. Even if they finish like that, the challenge is when you go to the playoffs and have to consistently
Yes.
play against that good team, that elite team, 7
For sure.
straight times.
But
or
they've done
4
it in the
straight times.
past. They've done it in the
Yeah,
past with this core.
No, what? Yeah, but not without Clay. That's why I
No, for
say
sure,
if you
but,
get Clay, it's a
no,
different
they're-
story. But even with Clay, they, in my
You still
opinion,
don't have faith. You still
they
don't
they
have faith.
shouldn't have
I
won any
definitely-
championships
Wait.
until they got Kevin Durant.
They shouldn't have won any championships
Yeah, yeah.
without
like,
Kevin Durant.
they were up 3-1, and we know what happened in that situation. The year
For sure.
before, LeBron had injuries.
Shaq,
Now
don't do
wait, Dub, wait a second, Dub.
that. Okay. Okay.
No matter what you say, how many superstars was LeBron down in that first ring with Golden
No,
State?
for sure. He was down Kyrie and Love. I mean, that's fair.
So just at the end with that alone, okay, we could say they weren't going to win anyways. Until that very next year, you're up 3-1 and you completely smoke the league. I'm surprised Steph
No, for
didn't
sure.
go and play for the Cavs.
Well,
I'm
Shaq, listen,
surprised
okay,
that
so
happened.
so my response to that.
Go
we
ahead.
count
You
we
got it.
count we count Kawhi's championship, don't we? Of the Raptors, even though the Warriors were injured. We counted.
No. First off, I don't count.
I know you don't. I know you don't. But in general,
I mean, you got to technically count every championship. I'm not
Okay.
saying. I'm just saying if everything went right,
It's not
Kawhi
their
wouldn't won
fault,
that
though.
championship.
no, for sure. But we can do that with almost any championship.
Man,
We could do that with
We
20,
could do that. We could do that
that
last
with-
year.
we've seen
We
some
could do that last year.
blockbuster finals.
We could
We've
do
seen
that.
some
For sure, but we
blockbuster
saw
We could
that.
do
finals.
that. We could do that in 2018 when CP3 went out.
No,
That Houston should have won that series.
Yeah,
yeah.
But my
Exactly.
whole thing with 2015 and 2016 Cavs versus Warriors, that LeBron, yes, you're right. He lost his guys in 2015. Not holding that against him at all. 2016 though, when they went up 3-1, there were a lot of things that went the Cavs' way, as in
Like
Bogut
what?
getting hurt, the suspension with Draymond. There's a bunch of articles saying that Steph Curry is hurt. So I understand him coming 3-1 comeback was very monumental and very good. But at the same time, there were things that went his way.
Who
That's
got
true.
the Finals MVPs the years that Kevin Durant was there?
KD.
Kevin Durant.
Was Steph hurt?
No.
No.
KD was
What was you guys'
KD was the
knock on
best player.
Steph in the playoffs, even when healthy? Just to debunk your article saying that he was injured or not injured. Okay, we could say this, and that. Yeah, it's fun to do. It's fun to say. But I'm just here to let you know, Draymond or not, it wasn't. And first off, just like you know what to expect out of a Draymond, just like you know what to expect out of Kyrie. Draymond's gonna straddle that fence every single time
Sure.
with getting a tech or not getting a tech, doing something that's on the line of
fence.
being edgy or not. So you know
For sure.
that's what gives the Golden State Warriors that edge. That's why Draymond is Draymond. But you also got to take the good with the bad. It's the reason that Draymond's still there and KD's not.
No, for sure.
I understand that point, taking the good with the bad. So then you have to take the good with the bad and what happened in 2015 as well. were
Man,
things-
because it was okay, one superstar, I get it. But two, now it's just you're unplayable.
And what to me, it's in 2016, Draymond was suspended. What, game 5? Was it game 5? They
I
still
think
had
it was
game 6
and he played 7.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it might have been
yep, and then
5.
he played 7. One of the
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember.
I
which
think
I
it
mean,
was
they were still up 3-1. You're telling me you couldn't get one of those wins? So
That's
my thing.
the shocking part to me.
Because it's, I mean, yes, it's LeBron, but you still
I
have
mean,
the two best.
when you're playing at the best of your capabilities, Like you need all your team. You need your whole team going. You need to have that
No, for
rhythm.
sure.
So like you're facing honestly, you're facing the second best team in the league.
How
So
do
you
you
need all
lose
your
at home
guys.
in the championship? I just
I
need to in
I
game
I
7.
agree. No, that's facts because you got
Momentum,
Draymond back,
momentum,
but
all
you're still
about
at
momentum.
home. For sure,
You're
but
up
you're still at
3-1.
home.
What more momentum do you need?
That the fact that you coughed up that lead, that stays with you. You know, that's like damn, like we really
No,
have
no,
to
no.
go
I'm
to
talking
game
about when you're
7.
up 3-1. The moment I go up 3-1, I promise you, I'm like, there's no way, and it's never been done before. It's not happening now. I don't care what happens.
Think about that, Shaq. That's your mindset when you're going up 3-1, right? So the fact that you let them come all the way back to force a game 7, that's sitting here like, damn, what the hell is wrong with us? Or damn, like what's going on?
Why can't they
It
just snap out
causes a
of it?
level of doubt.
For sure,
It's
but why
hard.
can't I
It's
guess?
hard.
But at the same time,
hard.
why can't you knock him? Just be like, you know what? We're not losing game 7 on our home court. Like it's not
I'm,
gonna happen.
I
And
guess
I
it
don't want
just
to
wasn't
speak to
made
the
like that.
mentality of what it
No,
should
for
have been.
sure.
I'm
No,
just
for sure.
speaking to LeBron's greatness and what he's capable of doing. And also what Steph and the gang is capable of doing. I've only seen Steph win when it's been a landslide. Literally.
Okay.
What, Dub? What? Tell
Well,
me
I
the
just
time where it
said,
wasn't.
I just said,
Tell me the
that's
time
all
where
I
Steph
said.
hasn't won, where the Golden State Warriors they were unchallenged. All
Well,
of the
I understand your point. I understand your point with that. I'm not a big Steph Curry guy myself. I do give respect where respect is due, though. I do understand your
he
point with that.
1000%
And
deserves respect.
mhm. So I do understand your point with that when he won in 2015 with a hurt LeBron team, and then him stacking the deck with KD and the Warriors. So I do understand your point in that. I got nothing to say to that, honestly.
I mean, I would love to see because I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But we're not going to start with Kevin Durant and what he did and all of this stuff. But I just feel like LA. Every time LeBron has an advantage, he comes out victorious. And I feel like he has a huge advantage this year against every other team, even with Russ and AD. I don't care what you guys are saying about Russ right now. He can't shoot. He's shooting up the side of the backboard, this, and that. Every single player in the league is going to have a dry spell.
For sure. But do you think him as a third option in the playoffs is going to work?
1000%. 1000. I mean, I've literally seen Russell Westbrook kill the league for many years. So for you guys to sit here and act like Russell Westbrook's never strung together 40 straight games or even 30 out of 40 games is just laughable to me. So when the time comes, of course, everybody's prisoner of the moment. But even this year, even when Russ has those 10 games and it's just flashing across your ESPN, this is Russ's stats in the last 10 games and they carry that momentum into the playoffs. I don't want to hear anything because everybody, of course, is prisoner moment. I don't understand how you think that you have a triangle, a square, and a circle, and you're trying to put them in the wrong positions. But once you put them in the right positions, yes, it is a very hard task for LeBron to get this going. But if there's anybody that can do it, it's going to be LeBron James.
So
Kevin Durant did it with Russell Westbrook.
So, but he didn't win.
Yeah, but he should have. It's the 3-1 thing all over again. You can say that he didn't win. He should have, though. He had an amazing opportunity. What was the reason that they didn't win? Was it injury? No.
I mean, at that point, Russ is a second option. Now we're talking about Russ being the third option. So how effective is he going to be? That's my only question.
He's the third option behind a big man. It isn't like he's the third option as a guard. I could see if you had CP3, LeBron, and Russ, that's a little different.
What do you think his role is going to be come playoff time? What do you think?
I literally think just to be aggressive. I literally think that's going to be it.
Just play his style?
Yeah, just play your style, Russ. Get all the kinks out. You have literally an entire season to get the kinks out because you guys are making the playoffs. You guys have a winning record right now without LeBron.
I think he needs to be the point guard of that team. That'll be his role. Being the point guard.
He can't be the point guard with LeBron there.
The thing is, in half court, yes, in transition.
Rondo was the point guard when LeBron was there and they was on the same court. So why can't
but because Rondo was more of a facilitator. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't drive like Russ does. Russ's effectiveness is driving to the hole.
Absolutely. But you talking about
Rondo would
that step back and fulfilling that point guard and playmaking role. That's the role he should be playing.
People are saying that Russ won't be able to play his type of play in the playoffs. I guarantee you he tones everything down. I guarantee you when you have teams keying in on and you know what they want to give you, and you know it's a lot more methodical. You go out there knowing, okay, they're going to give me the shot. So now I'm going to really go out here and I'm going to attack and be a facilitator. I want to win. It's winning time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see some of these players, they go like this in the playoffs when teams focus in, and other players go like this. And I feel like Russ and KD.
And the thing with Russ is he's never had somebody tell him like, "Yo, calm the hell down." He's never had anybody like, "Yo, you need to relax." Right now, he has a LeBron with him. That LeBron will probably be like, "Yo, calm the hell down," because that's
If
all.
there's anybody that's going to do it, I think they play through AD. By the way,
for sure, I agree with that. I think AD is going to be their go-to player, which is my concern because if LeBron's kind of cruising, and you're going to play through AD and Russ throughout the regular season, what if AD gets hurt? I mean, he has the tendency to get hurt. So if AD gets hurt, I think the Lakers are done. If he's out for an extended period of time, I don't see them winning with just Russ.
No, you can't win without AD.
You can't.
Of course not. Just like you can't win without Clay, in my opinion. Like you can't win without a second player on anybody's situation. Kevin Durant couldn't even win without his second option. He had 3.
That's fair.
So that's why it makes it tough for it.
Wait, what? Wait, what did I just hear?
KD had 3 options and went down to 2, and he still couldn't win.
Come on, bro. James Harden was on a bum leg, man. He was honestly, it really looked like he was unplayable. You cannot.
He kind of did look like just like a decoy out there.
Yeah, but the thing is, a James Harden decoy is unbelievable. Regardless of what you say, you still have to respect it.
Okay, that's true.
You might have
even if it was a poster James Harden standing in the corner, you're like, he might make a 3.
I understand that he has to respect it, but look.
Don't let this guy touch the rock.
Look at what he was doing while he was playing.
Deny him.
Look at what James Harden was doing while he was playing. What was he doing?
No. I get you that point, but regardless of whatever, it didn't look like it still went down to the wire. And what I seen was Kevin Durant, you're the best player in the world, coming from James Harden, because literally in that fourth quarter, every single possession, when KD tried to defer to James, he passed it right back to him. You're the guy. Yeah. You are the best player in the world.
And he almost sent them home. He was an inch away.
Exactly. But that's the difference between a KD and a Kobe. I promise you, Kobe in that situation, I just think he would have got it done. That's just my opinion.
Kobe would have got it done because his foot was smaller.
Honestly, oh my God.
Honestly,
and if
you're
Ricky Rubio was athletic,
you just said you went back and watched videos,
bro. But honestly, listen, I'm sorry to get nasty, but listen, KD did the best he possibly could. It really came down to his foot being too big. He played the whole entire game, and then in that overtime.
Are you sure Kobe makes a shot though?
Dub, you're about to cause a tornado in your room, bro.
Yo, Dub, they said be sure to rewatch that take. That's hilarious, by the way.
I'm sorry to be nasty. But when if you're bringing up Kobe making that shot, the only reason I'll say that Kobe will win that game is because his foot was smaller.
I feel like if Kobe goes, KD win the OT, man. I get it. You're tired and you weren't expecting, but Giannis was just too overwhelming. Giannis performed in overtime.
He did,
but Giannis was playing the whole entire game.
And Giannis also had Middleton and Drew.
Giannis wasn't playing the whole entire game and literally doing everything for that team.
All right.
Yo, Shaq, they want me to stop you so bad. What do you want me to do?
What am I?
I'm just the host up here.
What do they
I'm a civilian.
This is the same way Dale gets cooked. I mean, these are just reasonable people on the panel. They just aren't just stuck in their ways. I'm telling you, they aren't. They're bringing up good, valid points. I'm countering them, and they're saying, wow, we can agree. If Dale's here, he's just texting KD like, I can't believe I just said this about you. I love it. Like, now these shows are becoming my favorite shows when Dale is absent, and I just get to kill his fans in the chat. And they're just like, yeah, Shaq wouldn't be doing this if Dale was here. Because I'm on the panel with normal people. You see how Dub's Player's Choice badges have falling off. Jordan's Player's Choice badges have falling off because they don't feel that empowerment from a toxic
I don't have the
panelist.
shield. I don't have the shield with me.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Honestly, I think be honest. I think I've been doing good this episode. Yes.
Dub, quit being insecure, bro.
I mean, you were doing fine until
you were doing amazing.
You were doing fine until you got to your Kobe foot.
I had to be nasty a little bit. You know, I have to be nasty a little bit.
All right,
just a little bit.
We're gonna
You guys
move
just want
on.
me to, you guys want Dale to come on and be like, Shaq, I got a question for you. If Katie wore size 10
but let me ask you something. Let me ask you
would the
something.
Bucks
Let
be
me
in
ask you something.
championship? Yeah. If Katie wore size 5, would the Bucks be in the championship right now?
All right.
If Drew Holiday wasn't on the Bucks, I
Moving.
miss Dale too, by the way.
Mitch Richmond. Moving on to care or don't care. I'm going to read NBA headlines. You're going to tell me if you care. If you do, we're going to discuss it. If you don't, we'll move right along. Starting with something that isn't in NBA headlines. Today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Jay.
Do we care?
Happy birthday.
Do we care?
I care.
No,
Because I
care.
didn't say happy birthday.
Couldn't wait to bring that up. All right.
I will say Del clear doesn't care because he's not here.
Yeah, of course. Doesn't even show up on my birthday. I can't believe it. Okay.
You probably got too drunk celebrating your birthday.
Yeah.
He's like, there was a party at the Dell Minion headquarters.
Bye.
He's drunk.
Thank you, chat. Okay.
No, it doesn't even drink.
Damian Lillard calls out the officiating, saying it's been unacceptable.
Yes
Oh,
and
really?
no. I care. I'm not going for that, Dame. I'm not. When I see Paul George having a career year, I can't give. I understand the balls. I'll give you that for however long until you get used to it. You just had 27. I see you. But the officiating is what it is. Like to correct something that has been plaguing the league, in you guys' opinion, for so many years, you kind of always have to overcompensate to bring it, to reel it back in. And I just think that's just what's happening, because James Harden is for sure out there getting killed.
Here's why I like this coming out of Dame's mouth more than like a James Harden. Even though James, I agree with you, he has been getting killed on a lot of calls too. But Dame saying this, in my opinion, when I'm watching Dame Lillard, he doesn't play to get the foul. He just plays ball. If he's going to go score, he's not looking to get a foul. He's looking to get a bucket.
What is he complaining about?
What is he trying to get
Because when he's going to get these are calls that they're not abnormal, right? He's not doing anything abnormal with his body. He's not exploiting the system to try and get a call. And these are things that are happening where he's getting fouled and he's not getting the same calls that he would have got last year on normal fouls. I'm not talking about the outliers of kicking a leg out or contorting your body in a way to go and get the foul.
I mean, LeBron
he's
came
never
on
been
here
like
and
that.
said, and we agreed that Dame is one of those guys, whether you guys want to
I
believe it or
didn't
not.
agree. I didn't
I know.
agree at all.
No, I said me and LeBron agreed. Anytime Dame has the opportunity to draw a foul in any type of cheap manner, he's doing it every single time. He may not do it as much as the other guys, but he's jumping into people. He's wrapping arms. He's creating contact at the hoop, which is perfectly fine. But clearly, Dame, there was something that you were doing in the previous years to where you thought you weren't one of those guys, but you are one of those guys. Not on the same level of a James and Trey and Luka.
I want to say he's one of those guys. I don't know why Dame is struggling so hard. You could call it a mental thing or whatnot. I don't know. But at the end of the day, like Shat said, you got Paul George, Steph Curry, other guys playing at a very good level. Kevin Durant playing the same exact way they've been playing their entire careers. And what, you're mad because a rule change happened and you're not playing the same way that you think you should be?
Yeah,
I
don't think it's. I don't think I care, just because I see what he's trying to do. It seems like he's just trying to put the blame on his current struggles on the refs, and it's not fair.
I agree 100% with that.
And it's
Big
like
Reek,
you just got to just own up to it. You know, I mean, you don't have to say anything, but I feel like he's just kind of trying to deflect.
No, Dame's having one of those starts to the season, so I feel like he's maybe a little bit insecure right now, so he's searching for he was talking real spicy during the summer. He knew the ball change was coming, but maybe they I don't know.
They didn't alert him about this officiating.
Have y'all heard about that little conspiracy about like magnets in the balls?
Oh my God, I don't even want to hear this.
Have y'all never heard about that?
I don't want to hear it, but now
I don't know if we do. I don't know.
Let's hear it.
So it was like, I think it was probably like 10, 15 years ago. they was like saying that, there's magnets in the ball and that's what attracts the ball to the rim and everything. So I'm saying if
I
we go
heard
believe that conspiracy, they probably took the magnets out of his ball.
Wow, damn, Rayon, we're gonna have to take back your 3-point shooting.
I'm not saying I
titles.
believe it. I'm not saying I believe it, but that is a conspiracy theory out there. and
That is
funny.
comedy.
Pretty
You
funny.
got to put that on your TikTok, Dub. You're the
No,
you're the
it's
guy that
because-
Oh, the
sells
it's because-
conspiracy guy. I
it's
should have said
because
that. Yeah.
The Earth is no longer flat this year, so the ball's
Mhm.
just not going in.
the
You know.
balls are just- yes.
All right, Jeremy, go ahead, Shaq.
Real quick, Big Reek said Kyle Anderson was getting those pump fake calls. Kyle Anderson literally made that a skill of his. Like even when he was at UCLA and we were playing against them, I'll never forget like how methodical he was with the basketball. He has a nickname Slow Mo. And this guy was insane at a turtle's pace. It was really nuts what he was getting away with in college basketball, one of the most fast-paced games in the world, and how he was eating. And I think he managed to become a lottery pick off of that year.
Yeah, Kyle Anderson's game is crazy to watch because
I don't-
it's
like,
so fast,
it was the
and then he gets
craziest
the
thing.
rock, and then it's like time freezes.
Quick spin move, pump fake, you have to jump. It's just so slow and in your face. You're like, this is going the other way. And he's just at the line making free throws, shooting a slow form.
It's like seeing fastballs like 100 times in a row and then getting a
Yeah.
knuckleball, seeing a knuckleball.
Yeah.
You're in film like, I can guard that. Are we kidding? But that was the same year they had a lot. They had Zach LaVine that year, Jordan Adams. I don't think they had what's his face yet that's playing for Golden State. Looney came the year after, but yeah, that was
What's
insane.
Kyle Anderson's Instagram again? Isn't it like slow mo something?
Yeah, I'm
Is it
sure of
really?
I think so. I really think it is.
So
It's funny.
fire. Moving on to the next headline, Jeremy Grant's in the process of helping build a shelter and community center for the homeless in Detroit after speaking with a person experiencing homelessness.
I care. Anytime you can make somebody's life better and you have all that money to do it, you should. I mean, in my opinion, if that's what you want to do. But it's a lot of people out there struggling, and my coach just said it the other day. What did he say? I can't believe we're winning all these games. You guys are complaining, and he said, young, healthy, and rich. Those were his exact words. And he said, you don't know what it's like to struggle. You in here complaining about minutes here or not playing in the rotation, but everybody's getting paid handsomely. So it's like, do good for others, even if you don't have the money. But you're even if you're not rich, I feel like everybody should try to change their community one way or another, change somebody's life or impact it in any type of way. So I'm here for it.
So your coach said, "Shut up and dribble."
Yeah. But it wasn't to me though. I was like, I'm not rich.
Oh, fire. I love this for a couple reasons. One, like you said, Shaq, hit it right on the head. But also the fact that he goes to Detroit this year and is immediately integrated into the community like that. I think that just speaks volumes to the type of person that he is.
I think didn't he go last year?
Or last year. He's been he's been there for a short
he's only been there,
short
for sure.
amount of time.
No, for sure.
And to be able to just ingrain yourself in the community at that level is incredible. So shout out to Jeremy Grant, amazing guy, great basketball player, really cool to see. What were you saying, Deb?
Oh no, I was just I mean, if you want me to say something, I'll say I care, and that it's always good to see somebody helping out their community, especially in the city of Detroit. It's a little rough around the edges over there, so I'm just glad somebody's doing their part.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think
Yes,
it's awesome that he's giving back after just talking to somebody from their experience, and he decided to make a difference. I think that's awesome.
Facts. In a recent sit-down interview with Taylor Rooks, Dwight Howard expressed that he knew he wouldn't make the NBA 75 list because of politics.
I didn't understand like what he meant by politics.
Listen, forget about Dwight for a second.
Because
I've never seen a more friendlier interviewer a day in my life. That's what I want to let you guys know. And I'm just here for it. I don't know. I would start sweating bullets if I was in an interview room with Taylor Rooks. She acts like she's known you for 20 years. And she's beautiful. I just had to put that out there because I've been seeing her in these interviews and I'm like, you can't be this friendly with everybody. But I don't know.
She's smooth with it.
She's amazing.
Extremely. That's why she is where
Great
she
at
is.
her job. Amazing
Love
at her
her to
job.
death.
But I guess
but
I kind of do
Dwight.
care. I guess I kind of do care about that because I just kind of. I mean, if he doesn't think. I mean, that just kind of speaks volumes. Like you're gonna put somebody over him because of whatever reason, other outside of his what he does on the court. Like, and he saw that coming. That's kind of a problem. So I kind of do care for him because I think he did get snubbed. He deserved to be a top 75 player of all time.
And it for sure was politics. The whole Kobe situation after he left
Okay.
teams, it did not help him.
That's
It
fair.
did not.
Okay,
His
good.
That's fair.
once he
That's
left
fair.
Orlando, it was like his career just took this steep decline. Even though he has now a championship, but he was putting up insane numbers.
He was kind of labeled like almost like a prima donna type of dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the stigma on Dwight Howard was in.
And that's kind
insane.
of and that does suck because I get why he maybe didn't want to play with Kobe. You know, Kobe might have been a little bit harsh on him, but at the end of the day, like you can't take away what he did in those years in Orlando. Like he was ridiculous. He was amazing. And he definitely deserved to be a top 75 player.
Unfortunately, politics take over in all aspects of life. It's an unfortunate reality. It's
For
a
sure.
nasty game to play.
And I don't know if you guys saw this. Apparently, Kyrie was supposed to be a top 75 player, but he was removed because of his current situation.
Is that confirmed? Because I've seen that too.
That's confirmed though.
I don't know
if
that's rumored, and I haven't seen anyone.
I don't know. Right. So
that might be conspiracy.
It might be
that's more conspiracy.
I agree, but I would just say.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. And I would say
Dwight's a chatty patty, and Dwight's kind of suspect off the court, not involving any. No, not involving.
I'm so
like,
glad
any
you
stories.
said that. I'm so
not
glad.
involving any stories that came out, but
so...
me and Dwight know each other personally, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, word.
That's why when Dale's not here, I talk loosely about Dwight because Dale knows everything. But I'm a Dwight fan. I've always been a Dwight fan. I feel like he should be top 75, and I do feel like it is political, and it's everything to do with the way he acts off the court, in my opinion.
Okay.
Tough.
And that's not fair.
Tough. The Celtics are not.
Dub's trying to get nasty, and I'm not here for it.
Yeah, we're not here for
it. I was when we was talking about politics, I was going to bring that up. Never mind.
Dub, are you about to suck on that inhaler, bro? Are you all right?
No, it's my little brothers.
The Celtics are not interested in trading Jaylen Brown for Ben Simmons. I know we covered this last show, but it's been confirmed. So,
yeah, but it looks like your Heat are about to lose. By the way.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think that would have been a solid trade
for both parties.
Teams. For both parties, because I think they both need to change the scenery. I think Boston. I don't know how much more time you give Tatum and Brown together.
At this point,
that train has sank.
At this point, I don't know how many teams even want to touch Ben Simmons.
And I agree, but. And I mean, I can see why Boston wouldn't be interested, but if they were interested, I think that would have been a fair trade. I kind of read apparently like what was offered, and that it was like a ridiculous offer. They wanted like Jaylen Brown, like a first-round pick, Grant Williams, I think, or I don't even remember the player, but it was like, yeah, it wasn't a fair trade. But if it was Jaylen Brown and Ben Simmons, I think that would have been. I think it would have been a nice
1-for-1.
Yeah, I think that would have been a good fit for both teams.
Yeah, I actually kind of agree. LeBron was seen chilling with Rich Paul and other celebrities like Kevin Hart during the Lakers game against the Hornets. What if KD just pulled up?
I don't care. I just
so stupid.
Leaving that beat down from the Bulls the night before.
Just like, what's good, bro? Sitting over here tonight.
Can I join?
I don't really care about that. I don't think that's really a big issue, honestly.
What's not a big issue?
About him just chilling with people that he knows during the game. Do you think it's a big issue? I don't think so.
No, I mean, it's LeBron James. He can pretty much do anything he wants. Same, Luka would be able to get away with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant too. If you're the best player on your team, you get a lot of leeway.
A lot of your leash is so long.
Do you think someone like Kawhi Leonard would get away with that?
I mean, Kawhi's been getting away with some stuff this offseason. So, yeah.
Do you think someone like Steph gets away with that?
Steph gets away with whatever he wants. LeBron.
Everyone gets away with that.
Steph could stab somebody on the court and they'd be like, "That's a foul" on the other guy.
I think Steph has more leeway in Golden State than LeBron. Like
in
it's
LA?
in Golden State.
No, in the world, like Dub.
Oh no. I'm talking about
What?
just in Golden State. I'm talking about just in Golden State in particular.
Dub, LeBron could go to any.
What?
LeBron could go to any team in the NBA, and he has an literal infinite leash.
I guess they.
I just.
What do you think Steve Kerr is going to say to LeBron James?
He can go to Orlando and do that.
Yeah, you guys are right about that.
Wait, Dub, I literally just seen LeBron drawing up a play in the huddle the other day. Like he literally can do whatever he wants. So how is his leash longer?
Because what Steph Curry represents to just Golden State in general.
LeBron could pants Frank Vogel mid-game, and no one would care.
You telling me if they on the same team? That LeBron would have more stain there than Steph Curry?
Golden State.
Well, I feel like Steph's more in his prime now because he's a much younger player.
No,
but if you put
who has
LeBron's
more stain? Like who has
LeBron
more
James,
rep
LeBron James,
in the city
and
of
Steph
Golden
Curry
State?
will respect that.
Dub,
Wow.
if Michael
I don't
Jordan goes to any team ever,
It's a whole different story.
W.
it's not a different story.
Yeah,
Michael
so how is
Jordan.
LeBron number 2 for you and Steph isn't in your top 10, but you're telling me that he's gonna have more stain than how?
Because of what Steph Curry represented to the Golden State Warriors. That's the point you're missing.
I thought
that's
you said
what-
any team.
No,
he was talking
I
about
didn't
Golden
say
State.
anything
No, he was
Oh,
talking
I
about
literally
Golden
seen Kevin Durant come in there
no.
and do whatever he wanted to do as well.
No, I'm talking about Golden State in particular.
Oh, I mean, I feel like it'd be the same. What does Steph get to do that LeBron doesn't?
I don't know, but I just think that Steph would just have more stain there than LeBron. Like the same way that LeBron's stain in Cleveland is unmatched. Like I don't know, and same way that MJ in Chicago, like it's unmatched.
I feel like his
nothing
stain
comes
in
close
I
to
feel
that.
like his stain in Miami is unmatched.
Not more than D Wade. Not more than D Wade at all.
We're talking about LeBron.
Yeah, and his stain in Miami.
Shaq's just
Shaq.
Maybe. I don't know. You live in Miami?
the crock pot is cooking.
No.
How far is
I
Trenton from Florida? You been
I
down
could drive
there?
I could drive there, but it would be like 8 to 10 hours. 8 to 10 hour drive.
Nah. He don't got more stain than D-Wade.
All right. Moving on to the last one. Kevin Garnett recently said the rumors of him saying Melo's wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios are untrue.
This is
I
so
believe you,
ridiculous.
but the fact that he let that legend live on as long as it did.
For sure. Like, how does that float around for that long?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. This next topic actually isn't really a topic. We're opening up the floor for Eric to bring up any old player's choice takes that he would like to debate with anyone up here on the panel. Or if you would like to bring up any topic, anything to debate, the floor is yours whenever you're ready.
Since Dell's not here, I can't bring up his.
I'm pretty sure Dub agreed with it.
That's real nasty of you, Shaq.
And Shaq said I wanted a piece of Dub or Dell when I last time, and I did not say I never said I wanted a piece of Dell. But anyways, I guess the question would be, what do you guys make of this whole Scottie Pippen situation?
Oh my
And
God.
like, how do you guys feel about Scottie?
I just
Pippen in
tweeted
general?
today that he needs to go on one of those Real Housewives shows. Just get him on one of those shows. He'll fit right in. Seamless.
Future ruined his life. That's my take.
Scottie's being nasty, and I'm here for it. This is how you get on these days. You got to be a little bit nasty.
Bro, you know what he is pulling right now?
What is he pulling?
He is pulling a LeVar ball.
I feel like this is nastier.
this is pretty bad. I don't know if it'd be. I don't know if.
It's
Wait,
nastier
Scottie
because
Pippen
it's
pulling
Scottie
up on the
Pippen,
wall?
but it's for sure on the same playing field. They're on the same.
Nah.
They're on the same court.
Nah, I
Do you
don't
think they're in the
so,
same
bro.
league?
I think it's in the same league.
I don't
This
know.
it's tough because
Actually,
you're
you know
talking
what?
about
You know what?
Jordan.
I take that back. This is nastier. I agree. This is nastier because it's way more personal. LeVar was more
Absolutely.
trolling.
Yeah.
Scottie
Yes,
actually
exactly.
there's history there. So
I
it
feel
is
like
way
you guys hit it
nastier.
spot on. This is giving me mental like identity crisis. Like
For
you gotta
sure,
realize
identity
you're
My
crisis.
whole
not-
thing with Scottie Pippen, right? He's had years, and I mean years, to talk about this.
Right.
So
For
it's
sure.
like, why is
But I mean,
everything
the
coming up now?
because the Last Dance.
It's
wasn't out,
only
so
'cause of Last
That's
Dance.
why.
Only
So
because
now
of
he
Last
feels
Dance.
slighted.
If
But I
the
feel like
Last
in the-
Dance never comes
But
out,
this-
he's
this
not chatting
tension-
like this.
This tension has been coming for a while now.
For sure, with him saying
There's been-
LeBron is better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this tension has been coming for a while now. So of course there's been hidden feelings in the past as he's had for a long time. But it's just
I
my
would
whole
feel some
thing
type
is,
of way
why did
too
it wait?
because without me, I don't win.
But Jordan
Yes,
said that.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Jordan-
that's why I would.
Jordan
Yeah.
said I wouldn't be Jordan without Pippen.
Yeah, but he still felt like he probably owed more money. It always comes down to money.
It's
I just
got to be a
don't
money thing, right?
understand-
It has
I
to
mean,
be.
I don't know what else could be.
He's like,
I
this
really
guy
don't
has
know.
billions. He's getting paid 10 mil for this, and I'm not getting
The
paid.
only thing I could think of is like, did
Yeah.
Jordan do something to you personally that nobody knows about?
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
I don't
Because
think I
honestly-
don't think it's that nasty.
No,
And I don't
because
think so
honestly
either.
though, it's like Scottie, bro. MJ is always giving you the credit whenever he feels as if you deserve credit. He's the main one that always says there's no MJ with no Scottie. You understand? So I don't
Yeah, for
understand
sure.
where all of this backlash is coming from. Because the issue might not be with MJ. The issue just could be with the fans in general, and Scottie just wants his respect. Well, I can understand that completely.
I guess because he did come out. I think I saw an article today where he said he thought of himself as good as Jordan, like
Yeah,
he
he's a
was on the
capper.
level of Jordan. I was
Yeah.
like,
Was Scottie as good as Jordan?
You
No.
ever seen that commercial with Charles Barkley? How you have to have a forget a lot so that move on from the bad game, and then Scottie was in the background like, yeah, I'm the best Chicago Bull of all time. I think he was in line. I don't think he was
That's
lying at all.
That's how you really
you
felt.
think he's the best Chicago Bull of all time?
No, I think Scottie in that
Oh,
moment. when
he
did that
believes
commercial,
that.
He believed that if
Yeah.
he's going along these lines right here and what you just said, that he thinks he's just as good as MJ.
I'll say
yeah.
I'll say this. I'm from Chicago. I'm a Bulls fan. People from Chicago love Pippen.
Yeah,
Like,
of course. Yep.
People love him because he's still around the organization. Like he still show his face like at the games. I don't know about so much anymore, but there was a point where you would see him a lot more than Jordan. Like you would never see Jordan at Bulls games. But when they're in the playoffs, Pippen's always there. So people love Pippen. So people in Chicago give Pippen his flowers. Like without question. So I feel like he's probably just trying to get his flowers from the rest of the world.
Yeah, he's trying to get a garden.
yeah.
I mean, this is something I could see Kyrie doing to LeBron. So I'm like,
That's you're onto
Don't-
something. I see that. I
But-
see that. I see
but
that.
it's more on brand if Clay did it to Steph.
You're right.
Ooh,
You're right. You're
because
right.
the
I agree with
relationship,
that.
the relationship
with
looks
that.
good on the surface.
Yeah. And then Clay's like, I should be top 75. Why am I not top 75?
That's actually.
I think Clay deserves to be top 75. I think he does.
I think so too. But I think their friendship is genuine. Like Steph and Clay's friend. At least, I mean, I guess I wouldn't know that. I'm not in that locker room.
I
but-
feel
don't
like
think
I feel
that
like it would
MJ
be
and
pretty
Scottie would
hard.
do
It would be pretty difficult in today's day and age to hide something like that.
for sure with social media and stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't think that MJ and Scottie's friendship was genuine at that time that they played?
I mean, it looked like it on the court, but I mean, off the court, we never really heard much from them
Right.
off the court like that as a friendship.
We
And I feel like in today's NBA, everybody's super friendly with each other.
Yeah.
okay.
Like everyone's
For
like
sure.
cool. with
And
each
you're
other.
for sure hearing about it. If there is some drama to be told, it's
For
getting
sure.
out there.
It's like even if it's the minors, like what Draymond and and KD. I mean, they did it on the court, so
Yo, Scottie,
it wasn't hard to hide.
Scottie
that, but-
is this close to leaking some crazy stuff. I feel like he's like he wants to say
he's
something.
He's
He wants,
borderline.
he wants to say something so crazy,
He's like right
that
on the
no one's
cusp.
ever heard about.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan actually committed the murder, not OJ. Like something
No, for sure.
crazy.
Like his interview with Michael Strahan, where he was like kind of making fun of like the flu game. I'm like, wow.
I didn't see
But
that.
he was kind of calling out the flu game because he played with back spasms against the Jazz. At game
Herniated
6.
disc.
Herniated disc, yeah. And like,
Scott.
what is it, game 6 in 98?
Okay.
Scottie had like 7 points that game. That's why it's like, Scottie, how is that comparable to the flu game? Clearly, you shouldn't be playing with a herniated disc.
Look at that, Eric. Eric, look at
He's
that.
like, I subbed
When
in, bro.
When MJ played in that flu game, who was the main guy in his corner? Like, yo,
For
you feel
sure.
me? Like who was the main guy doing that? So it's like, come on.
You don't
man.
think Jordan was doing that?
What?
No.
Like, I'm talking about Scottie hugging MJ.
No,
after the
okay,
flu
for
game
sure,
and
for sure,
everything.
for
That's
sure.
what I'm talking about.
Okay,
how,
for sure.
How Scottie was there for him, like rooting him on and everything. So I'm just.
But I
trying
mean,
to understand where all
Jordan,
this
but
animosity came
for sure, because Jordan knew he wasn't gonna win game 6 without Pippen. Even though, I mean, Shaq just pointed to, like, it seemed like he wasn't even there, but it's kind of like his presence alone helped, he helped win that game. And I think Jordan, he mentioned that in the documentary, like he was kind of scared that if Pippen didn't play, like who knows
Of
what could
course.
happen.
Scottie got like a whole episode though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
think-
but like
I
you said,
don't
Shaq, it's got to come down to money. He's
He's like,
so
yeah.
salty that he didn't get paid. I'd be
Even
salty
in today's
too.
era, he's
If
trying
I-
to get some of this new money.
If I never knew that Jordan got the 10 mil, I would been like, okay, well, I guess no one's getting paid from this. But knowing that information, bro, that changes things, bro.
He's peeking around.
I'm
like,
gonna go
"Yo,
talk
I
to
see your
Michael
contract."
Strahan. Fuck this.
Yeah.
But the other topic that I was going to bring up for Dell was last episode. He said he thinks Pat Riley would trade Jimmy Butler for Paul George,
Mhm.
and I don't think that at all.
Wow. Okay. Why?
There we go. Talk to me.
Because Jimmy fits that Heat culture more than Paul George.
What
And-
Heat culture? Getting zapped from playoffs.
got
Years
Paul
in a
George is
row.
familiar with that. He could
No,
fit right in.
One more
Once in
time.
the bubble.
I just think he fits that mold, that type of player.
Hold up, wait, Eric, my bad. Let me bring this up. Paul George blew a 3-1 lead.
Okay.
I'm just saying. And
And
he shot
I'm not-
terrible.
I'm not trying to knock Paul George, because Paul George right now, if the Clippers were higher in the rankings, he'd be in the MVP conversation.
When did Paul George blow this 3-1 lead? Remind me.
2 years ago
Against who?
against the Denver Nuggets.
For Nuggets,
With
In what
Kawhi
round?
Leonard. Second round, I believe.
second round.
Okay. When did Jimmy Butler get zapped out of the playoffs both years?
Did Jimmy Butler have Kawhi Leonard on his side?
So now you want Kawhi?
I'm just saying. He has
So who are we
arguably a
trading
top
Kawhi
5
for? No, you guys hype up Kawhi. You guys do that. The Kawhi had Paul
Wait,
George
wait.
too, and he blew it. But you wouldn't
Paul
sit here
George
and
was the
Wait, do
only
you not-
reason. Paul
do you
George was
not-
the only reason why they lost that.
yo, Paul
But-
George. What?
Yes, he was.
Yo, what did they combine for in that fourth
They
quarter?
called
Dub?
him.
Are you serious right now?
They called him Pandemic P. That's how bad it got. That's how bad it got, Shaq, for Paul George when they blew.
And
that
what did they
3-1
call?
lead.
And that's it because he coined himself. What
Playoff
was he
P.
calling himself?
Playoff P.
Yeah, playoff P. So
Mm-hmm.
of course there's gonna be some backlash from that. But yo, are you kidding me? Come on, man. I've seen Jimmy get some foul things done to him in these playoffs. Once in the
No,
bubble. What was the series?
What do you mean foul things? What do you
In
mean
the
by
bubble, what was the series against the Lakers? What did it go?
4-2.
Those 6 games.
Yeah.
And-
And,
and-
Jimmy
and he
was the
lost-
reason why he won.
And
those
he
two.
lost. They lost Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic.
Exactly.
Oh, so they would have beat him. I forgot that.
I no, I wouldn't. I don't think.
Nah,
I
the
wouldn't say they
same.
wouldn't. I don't
Because
think
you see how he gives LeBron a pass for losing in 2015 and everything, right? When his boys wasn't healthy, our boys wasn't healthy as well. When we went up
I'm
against the Lakers.
Miami. I wouldn't say my boys, but
You can say my
Wait.
boys. We'll adopt you. This is my cousin,
Wait.
guys. Say hi.
Wait. So is he trading Luca for Jimmy Butler?
I think
No.
so.
Tough.
I think so.
That's tough.
I think so.
I don't know because Luka's at the.
I would say so.
I don't know
I would
because
the
Luka's
reason
young.
I mean, if your argument is
That's-
off of the fit, I don't know if they trade for
Yeah,
Luka
it's the
like,
fit.
like we
Doncic.
just
That's
like
what I'm thinking
okay,
about. That's what I'm thinking
no to
about. the
Paul
fit.
George, yes to Luka
Yeah,
immediately.
We'll take.
But Luka's definitely better than Paul George though.
Ooh.
Luka
Okay.
Luka's better than Paul George.
Yes.
Okay.
I will agree all around, but Paul George, I would rather
All around.
want Paul George
Wait, all around based
scoring.
off of what?
just as all around game. I think that Luka is a better playmaker than Paul George for sure.
I mean, I guess it's all situational and fit.
I like
But
Paul
Luka
George's
Doncic
scoring.
literally. Yeah, but Luka has a usage rate that is out of this world. So I don't know who's going to be able to play with him.
But when we're talking about Jimmy Butler and Luka on the Miami Heat team, it honestly, like you said, it comes down to fit.
I'm talking
and-
about Luka and Tyler fighting each other in the locker room about what tier they're on.
I forgot to bring that up about when Jokic and Morris were beefing, and Tyler Hero was the first one to step up, and then he realized who he was stepping up to. It was hilarious.
So the only reason I would say like Pat wouldn't make that trade is one because of fit, and I don't think there's a big difference in between Paul George and Jimmy Butler. Like Paul George is probably a better scorer, he's a better shooter.
Wait,
but
so
I
is
think-
Jimmy Butler better than Luka Doncic?
No,
No.
Based off
all.
of what?
Not the talent.
I agree with that.
He's way more talented.
What?
What?
Yo, you guys are so blinded by
what is-
Luka in this
I
nonsense.
listen.
It's
I
ridiculous.
love Jimmy. Jimmy's probably my favorite player in the league. I'm gonna say that now because he played for the Bulls.
Wow.
But I'm not saying I'm not saying he's the best
Interesting
player.
favorite
I'm
player.
not,
but
sa-
all right.
I'm not saying he's not the best. I'm just saying he's my favorite. But if you put Jimmy on that Dallas Mavericks team, what do they do?
Getting zapped out of the playoffs.
No, I don't think so at all. I feel like it's
Come
the same.
on, come
I
on.
feel like he would make
When-
it competitive.
Bro,
I
mean,
do feel like Jimmy Butler is a warrior. We're not going to sit here and
For
say
sure.
he doesn't have the heart the size.
No, absolutely.
One of
I
the
agree
biggest
with
hearts
that.
in the NBA. He's not getting swept ever. I don't think.
But Jimmy, for his career, he's only
neither are the
averaging-
Mavericks.
You
he's
wait,
average-
Dub. If you sit up here and let these guys do this after you are the biggest Jimmy Butler can go to any team and turn the franchise around guy, so I'm pretty sure that he would be able to manage to go to the first round.
Get
and
that
lose.
cape out of the
think he might
closet,
be-
Dub.
Listen, I think I don't know. I think maybe.
What
maybe
makes
he
them
might-
so bad with Jimmy? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Listen, I love Jimmy. Right now, he's averaging career high in points, and it's only like 25, like a little under 26 points a game. It's
Okay.
20.
The
It's
only-
25.
Okay,
It's
so
25.
so more
it's
than
25
Luka,
currently right now, yes, but in the
Okay.
playoffs, is Jimmy gonna average 33?
more in Luka's
99?
career though, like
Nah,
more
he's
than
not
Luka's
doing
ever
that.
averaged.
For sure, yes.
Okay.
No, he's not doing that. But Jimmy on the Mavs, they could make a run for the playoffs because
I mean, I
Jimmy
think they could.
does
They for
impact
sure
him
can
like
make the
that,
playoffs, but
but
what are the
they
results?
won't
in
be
the
as
playoffs?
good. They won't be as good with Luka Doncic.
But
They
Jimmy,
won't be as good with Jimmy Butler on the team rather than
Yo,
Luka.
I'm literally seeing the Wizards win right now. Like, what are we talking about right now?
But the
Like,
Wizards
name
got-
me
the
all the
Wizards-
fringe
Wizards
teams
got a
with
really good
winning
team.
records, and you're gonna sit here and tell me that Jimmy Butler and Dallas wouldn't have a winning record right now.
I didn't say
I
that.
never said. I never said.
Okay,
they
but
wouldn't have a
okay,
winning
so
record.
they for sure would make the playoffs. Can we get that out the way?
All right, I'll go with you on that, Shaq. I'll go.
Like,
with you
come
because
on,
I
and-
think that's the impact. I think that Jimmy
Well, what-
Butler has that impact on teams. So I'll
For
go
sure.
with you on that one.
Bro,
For sure,
the
but they'll probably-
craziest-
What seed would they be? They'll probably what 8, 7 seed. You have them higher than that?
where did they finish? Fifth?
They were like 5th.
I honestly think whatever Luka does in Dallas, I feel like Jimmy could do the same thing. And I'm tempted to say Paul George would also bring them along. And I feel
I
like
think Paul.
so if Paul George
I
with
think
his
Paul
team
George-
currently constructed right now, are you going to sit here and tell me that that's a way better team than the Dallas Mavericks? Not based off of names, but based off of production and efficiency across the boards because they have similar records, and I'm pretty sure they have similar production from everybody on the roster. So it'll be safe to say if PG can lead this team without a Kawhi further than Luka can, then PG is a better player, correct?
I-
What?
I can kind of get with that logic.
the
You
Clippers-
guys do
I
the
see-
same
I see-
thing
I
with
see what you're
Luka.
saying.
Wait, time out. The Clippers though, just because they don't have Kawhi doesn't mean the Clippers don't have a good squad. They actually have a pretty good squad.
No, according to you, lined up against Dallas. But I would love to see what
No, they
everybody's
got a good
averaging,
squad
not
all
just
around.
names.
They're
No,
definitely a playoff
not
team with or
not
without
just based
Kawhi.
off of names, not just based
Bro,
off of
I
names.
would never say someone is good or bad at basketball based on if they even go to the playoffs, period. That has nothing to do with it because your team has to perform.
Wait, okay.
So
if
is
you
Zach
take away-
LaVine a good basketball
when
player?
Your team does have to perform 1000%.
Right.
So if Paul George is able to take, that's why I said if Paul George is able to take these clips as the main piece to the playoffs, further than Luka,
That
then
logic
who is the better player?
That logic stinks. It smells so bad.
It only stinks
to
because
compare
you
players.
guys always try to context for Luka Doncic. That's it. That you're saying no. This player isn't more important than this player because this player doesn't have these pieces, and this player did this, and this player scored this. And you know what this player did?
It depends who Paul George beats in the first round. I think that's important. I think that's important.
I
for the
hate
context.
this
even if he loses,
Shaq, I really love.
And wait.
this. I really do.
If Paul George takes this team to the playoffs,
a better seat than Luka in the same West with similar pieces.
Shaq,
What is so hard to understand about this?
Shaq, I really love this. I really do because it's a great question that you put us in, and I really do love it. But at the end of the day, let's say if Luka Doncic, right, he goes to the playoffs and he's facing, let's say like a Golden State Warriors or Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. I'm not really gonna knock him for losing to them like that. Paul George, if he faces, let's say, a Portland Trail Blazers team and he's able to beat them, it's like it's not the same level. There's levels to this, you know. Now, if they go head to head, right, with no Kawhi,
don't say something
Luka's
stupid, Dub.
No, it's not stupid at all. If they go head to head, Paul George versus Luka Doncic, and Paul George comes out on top, I'll give it to Paul George.
So Paul George is coming out on top, not the Los Angeles Clippers.
Wait, this is what I'm saying, because you guys act like Luka doesn't have anybody on his roster. So who does Paul George have?
But all right, well, it also all depends on the output that they do on the floor as well. He can't just beat the series and not have he can't just beat him in the series without having a good series. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fair, but that's perfectly fair because I'm pretty sure the usage rates, even though Luka Doncic is going to be way more than Paul George's, I'm pretty sure to be similar. So I'm not mad at that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And your Heat just lost.
All right.
No way.
We're moving on.
Overtime? No way.
We're moving on. We're going to do an NBA Player Gauntlet. I hate.
Wow, that's so annoying.
That argument stunk. NBA Player Gauntlet. This is from.
What help does PG have other than you guys?
He doesn't have help. I agree with you.
I agree with you, but I hate the logic of if this team wins over this team, then this player is better. I hate that logic.
Well,
what logic
we
do
kind
you
of do
have
that all
to
the
say
time.
Luka is better than Jokic?
I don't think he's better than Jokic.
What logic do we have to say any player is better than anybody?
No,
we're looking at their game. We're looking at what they're doing, their production,
honestly,
their stats.
Jay, we judge all these guys. We judge all these guys off of how they perform in the playoffs.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay, that's fine. Their production individually as a player. So you cannot say so when Damian Lillard goes to the playoffs and their team stinks and they just get first rounded, Damian Lillard's not a great player.
No, but most of the time, Damian Lillard is losing to people that he should be losing to.
First off, and Dame would do that, and Jordan, you'll still sit here and tell me that Luka Doncic is better than Dame.
I agree. I think Luka Doncic is better than Damian Lillard.
But when you have teams that are really that close on the same level, then it really comes to these players and
Luka
more impactful to their team. Last year with Kevin Durant and Giannis, the reason why I put KD over Giannis, you want to know why? Because I seen Kevin Durant almost knock out Giannis literally all by himself in my eyes. That's what he did in the playoffs. That's what made me be like, yo, KD, you're that guy. In my eyes.
I seen Giannis beat KD, and that's why I said Giannis.
And Giannis went on to win a championship.
Guy. And he's seen the same game. He just has a different perspective. But at the end of the day, it came in the playoffs.
I put Giannis. You can really put Giannis or KD 1 or 2 at this point. I really do believe that. It doesn't really matter what order you put him in. But I would put Giannis ahead of him just because the man dropped 50 points in Game 6 to win a championship. A man who can't shoot.
I give it to him. Listen, he could score. He could score for sure. I'm not mad at anybody putting Giannis over KD, but it's just
for sure.
at the end of the day, bro, when when literally KD was 1 inch away from sending your best player home without Kyrie and a bum leg James Harden, I'm just sitting here like, yo, the
No, for
same
sure.
way
I
That's
people
hope
get.
that the
Yeah.
Clippers see the Mavs in the playoffs, but I don't know. At the
That would
rate
be
they're
interesting.
I don't.
All right,
I,
we're moving on to the NBA Player
I don't
Gauntlet.
think an
This
8
is
can play a 7.
this is true. That's true. This is from Ballers Nation on Instagram. NBA Player Gauntlet 1-on-1 games. How far would this player go? We're talking Anthony Edwards.
Who
So
just
I'm
had
gonna
48.
start giving you player names from this list, and you're gonna tell me if he's going to advance or if he's losing. We're gonna start with you, Eric. This is Anthony Edwards.
Just 1-on-1. Oh, okay,
1-on-1, just 1-on-1. Grayson Allen,
Follow.
Yeah.
Bryn Forbes,
Yeah.
Kendrick Nunn,
Yeah.
RJ Barrett,
Yes.
Buddy Hield.
Yes.
I'm surprised how quick you said that. Okay, Fred VanVleet,
Yes.
CJ McCollum,
This one's tough. This one's tough. But I would say yes.
wow,
That was hard.
Jaylen Brown.
No.
So he stops at Jaylen, and then the last one's Paul George.
No.
Jaylen Brown versus Paul George.
Dub, Grayson Allen,
Yes,
Bryn Forbes,
yes,
Kendrick Nunn,
yes,
RJ Barrett,
yes,
Buddy Hield,
yes.
Fred VanVleet.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fred VanVleet got game, and especially in like a one-on-one environment,
Not more game
Edwards,
than Buddy Hield.
I think, yeah, Fred VanVleet definitely.
Fred VanVleet is not a better player than Buddy Hield, 1-on-1 or any shape or form. And it's
Why
not
not?
even close.
I'm honestly surprised that Fred VanVleet is on this list. And why is he number
It's
6?
just
And why is he
bait,
number
like-
6?
But
I would put Buddy Hield at 6.
What?
You can tell by Buddy Hield's square, it just looks like it's darker and supposed to be at 6. I know you guys can't see it, but
Wait,
it just
Fred-
looks like Fred VanVleet, like they just accidentally dragged it down one.
Yeah. They were
You
like
tell me-
thinking of players
hold
off
on,
the
hold
top
on.
of their head, and they're like, Fred VanVleet's playing well.
Wait, you seriously gonna sit here and tell me that Fred VanVleet's not better than Buddy Hield?
He's not in any
No.
way,
We're
shape,
talking,
or form.
and we're talking
not?
about one-on-one, Dub.
And
This is not 5-on-5.
one-on-one, I might one-on-one. I think I'll go with Fred VanVleet.
Over Buddy Hield?
Wow. Okay. So
And that's not, I mean,
Okay.
Van Vliet is nice.
what
but
about CJ McCollum?
For Anthony Edwards or Fred VanVleet?
Anthony Edwards.
Off the fact alone, I don't think CJ would be able to stop him. So I'll give it to Anthony Edwards.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, he'll stop there.
Okay, so he's losing to Jaylen Brown and Paul George. And Fred VanVleet, apparently. Shaq,
Yeah, I think so.
Grayson Allen.
No.
Wait, is it Grayson Allen's beating Anthony Edwards? Holy recency
Kick.
bias.
Quick kick to the shin and it's over. Yes, he's beating him.
Bryn Forbes.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. Casual. Who the hell is Bryn Forbes?
What?
Playing for San Antonio for the Spurs.
I know Brent
that's
Forbes.
that's why I don't watch the Spurs.
played-
that
He
basketball
played for Milwaukee
boring.
last year.
Okay.
And I know Brent Forbes because he torched Ohio State.
Oh, is he
one
still
day.
is he still in Milwaukee?
No, he's in San Antonio now, but he played for
okay.
Milwaukee last year. But I know Brent
Gotcha.
Forbes when he was in Michigan State because he just torched OSU, and I was at that game.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
he was shooting lights out. He dropped like 27 or 30 that, and he shot like 6 for 7 or 7 for 8 from 3. It was insane.
Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, he's beating Kendrick.
RJ Barrett.
Now this is where it starts to get a
Bro,
little
this is-
big.
For me too. But what sketches me out about RJ Barrett is he's so inconsistent. But he is lanky as
I
hell.
just feel like I don't know if RJ can stop him the way that he can stop RJ. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit shaky about. But I feel like if RJ gets the ball, it's going to be hard for Edwards to get it back. But I feel that both ways. So I'll just say yes for the sake of what we're doing here.
I knew I was going to get flamed about not knowing who Bryn Forbes is, but surprised anyone knows who Bryn Forbes is. This guy starting the NBA? Buddy Hield. Who the
Buddy Hield. I don't think he
That one's
beats
tough.
Buddy.
That one's tough. It really is.
It is a tough one. That's a great matchup too.
But he's beaten Fred VanVleet to a pulp. Like the fact that Dub or anybody has to pause on this, like the way he's gonna do VanVleet is gonna be so
I don't think
nasty.
so. I don't think so.
VanVleet.
I don't think so.
How?
think- I
Wait.
think-
So
I
let's
think
let's
VanVleet's an
look at the
underrated-
matchup.
I think
Let's look
VanVleet's
at
an
Fred
underrated
versus
defender in the
Anthony
league.
Edwards.
He's about to call the Van Fleet to ship him on out of here. Bro.
There we go. There we go. Dub. Okay, so they shoot for ball. Let's say VanVleet makes the three. He starts with the ball. Why do you think that Anthony Edwards cannot guard him?
I'm not saying that he can't guard him. I'm just saying that between those two, I think that VanVleet could get more stops than Anthony Edwards.
Wait, but is Fred VanVleet getting busy on?
Wait,
Yeah,
Is he
how
getting
is
busy
Wait, you
on him?
think-
VanVleet
you
gonna
think
stop
VanVleet
Anthony Edwards?
Can defend Anthony Edwards better than Anthony Edwards can guard?
He
VanVleet?
might be 2 times his height, and I'm not even kidding. But I see where the correlation. I'm starting to see what's going on here.
just because you're taller than somebody doesn't mean you're automatically going to beat them in the one-on-one.
Bingo. If there was exactly the correlation that I was getting to. Dub, you're still a
Don't let him
little
talk.
upset
Don't let
about
him-
the
don't let
legend
him
of
talk.
winning.
Don't let him talk to you
versus
this way,
fight.
man.
Really
Don't let him
not.
talk to you this
This
way,
is
bro.
similar.
Oh, wow.
Don't let him talk to you this way, bro.
bro. That's wild. But no, it's not the case. I just think I think Fred VanVleet is an underrated defender. And I think he'll be able to, keep Anthony Edwards in check more than Anthony Edwards can keep him in check.
Dub, can I put you in an NBA debate player gauntlet right now? And I can line up 9 guests that have been on the show since you've been here, and you tell me if you can beat them in the debate or not.
I'm always going to say yes to myself, Shaq. So there's no reason.
I like
All
the
right.
confidence. I like
All
the
right,
confidence.
so
I will always say
let's
yes
get back
myself.
to Edwards versus Buddy Hield, Shaq.
That's
Why
the
is
confidence.
Dub
Love,
this way?
love the confidence. Love the confidence.
Okay. I would rather you say no than be surprised when you do win. That's a much better feeling for me. A much better
always say-
moment,
I will always say yes to myself. Always.
no matter what it is.
I don't care.
That's
Is
not
this
true.
like little man syndrome, or is this just like a real thing?
It's just I don't know. You could call it little man syndrome. I don't think so, but I would
Have
never.
you heard of
I
little
would
man
never,
syndrome? Because I don't know
I
whether
have.
to believe in it or not.
I have a
because
lot
don't-
of people. Yeah, and a lot of people tell me I don't have it at all. A lot of people tell
They're
me.
lot
like,
of people-
they're like, man,
Just you
for
saying
a
yes
little
to
guy, you
yourself
don't have
again.
little man syndrome.
I'm so serious. No, a lot of people tell me I don't have it at all. But to sit here and say like I would lose in anything, I
Wait.
think it's like
Wait,
Can
hold
I
on,
get a
hold on,
number
hold
on
on.
a
Does
lot of
no one else hold on, does no one else think that this is crazy that Dub just said a lot of people don't think I have little man syndrome. So how does this come up in conversation?
I was thinking the same thing. Wait.
no, because sometimes because we always bring it up. They be like, yo,
How?
And then, and then wait, and then your
okay,
close friend is like, but
'cause
Dub,
I'm
you
al-
sure don't
I'm-
have little man syndrome.
right.
I'm so serious. That's
They're
exactly
like,
what,
wow, Dub,
that's how
you
it comes up.
reacted far
so
differently than I
serious.
thought you were gonna react.
So
You
serious.
sure
That's
don't have little man
That's
syndrome.
exactly how it comes up. Absolutely.
Oh my
it really
God.
comes up like that,
Wow.
especially when
That's
It
hilarious.
They're,
really be
they're
when
not
we-
just like, wow, Dub, you're a good
no,
guy.
it's like this. It's like this because it's usually whenever we see somebody else who's shorter than me or short as hell, I'll be like, damn, that dude's short as hell. And then we see how easily angry that they get around. So it's like, yo, he really got little man syndrome. And then I'll be like, yeah. I said, do I really got little man syndrome like that? And then they'll be like, nah, you don't got it like that.
That is so
And okay, so Dub, against you versus Michael Phelps in a swimming competition, you taking yourself?
Oh no, that's a whole different story. That's like athletics.
He's not
See.
stupid. He just doesn't have little man syndrome.
That's a whole different.
You just
story.
told me that you're not. So where does this apply to that you're always taking yourself? Because I feel like a fight with you and Low is also a
I will
sport
always
and
take my-
athletic.
I will always take myself in a fight. And if I can't beat you with my hands, I'll find something else to beat you with.
Okay, Jesus, Dub.
I'm
About to get taken down. My
I'm
God,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Dub context bending over here.
That
That's fine.
is a wild
So in
take.
any competition, you will say that another man sometimes is better.
So no. When it comes to sports and everything, obviously, if I can't swim, I'm not gonna say I swim. But if I trust myself in the debate. I trust myself in the altercation. You can name other things. I mean, it'll just
Have
to
you
come
been
to
in
fruition.
altercations before?
Yes.
And you've come out victorious every time.
I mean, yeah, I have a good record. I have a winning record.
What's your record?
Yeah, like 0 losses.
I want to
'cause
know.
me,
I
that's
want to know.
victorious
I want
every
to
time.
know how many you've been in here.
I'll say 4-2, 42, or 4-1. The one of them was like a toss up.
Yeah, I would love to see the toss up.
Man, we're
Is there
talking
videos
about,
of this?
this was back in high school and everything. I really haven't gotten
Was he a bully?
down. No. Wait, with the other guy?
Were you a bully in high school?
Were you the bully?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't know.
I love
know.
these. How players' choice always turns at some point in the show.
This
But,
took a sharp turn.
when it comes to like post high school and stuff like that, of course I've gotten into like arguments and stuff with other people, but
But you've
nothing really
matured.
serious. Nothing seriously haven't gotten down. I told you about what happened in Philly that one night, but that wasn't my fault.
yeah.
I had to talk somebody
Right,
out of letting one loose, and I was just sitting there like, bro, wow.
Right.
Was
That
it a
was
smaller
bad.
guy?
No, we was around the same height. It's just there was like 6 of us and only 2 of them, and he was like, "Yo."
I'm getting
Said, "All right,
getting in the chat right now coming through that Low is bodying everybody on this panel in a basketball debate.
They could think that. That's their opinion.
I mean, these are guys that Low brought over. I just want to know, where do I find a stand like Eb Smitty Gaming for myself? I don't have one. Dale has Dub and J. I have LeBron sometimes, but even he'll turn on me if we're talking about GP. So I mean, like, where do I find
Shaq,
my
why
stand
do you
at?
Shaq, why do you always say I'm a stand? We don't agree a lot. Me and Dale really don't
Wait.
agree a lot.
What have I heard? I've heard a lot of people say that you are a Dale minion.
I don't think so though. Like the main thing we agreed on is Katie. Most of the time we agree on Katie. But other than that, it's not a lot that we agree on.
All right, I'm reeling us back in. Shaq, Buddy Hield, and Anthony Edwards.
I do like Bread Drope Moff. I feel like he came at me last show, but other than that, he is a really good Shaq stan. King Kobe, I feel like he's super unbiased.
Hey, listen,
he goes wherever he's feeling.
Pull up to the clubhouse, man. It's lit in there. You got me and Ron over here, and we be having some good times in there. If I have any stands, it'll be in the clubhouse. Got a good relationship with all them guys.
Ev Smitty said, I can't stand with Shaq. He got too many bad takes. Why won't Ev Smitty come on the show? He clearly is a gamer. He clearly has a setup.
Facts.
Can you answer this Buddy Hield, Anthony Edwards question?
Is Scam Thanos who I think it is?
It's Bama.
Is that Bama?
Yeah, that's Bama.
You know, me and Bama, we see eye to eye. Bread, your logic is horrible. Yo, Ev Smitty's just a bully. All right, go.
Yeah, I want to meet
He's
that.
like-
I want to talk to that. It's about damn time dude on YouTube.
Ev Smitty is equivalent from Dell and KD. That's what Ev Smitty is to Low.
Buddy Hield and Anthony
Listen,
Edwards, Shaq?
If you're watching on YouTube, number one, drop a like, drop a follow, because if you watch it for this long, that means you like what we do. And if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do it. And
Now Dub is fishing for Jordan's job, and I'm here for it.
It's
Wow.
about,
You're about to be 4-3, buddy.
On his
Jay, that's amazing.
on his birthday. Yeah, I love that.
That's amazing. But
Okay, Jay.
shout out to my. I guess
I'm
I
a big
don't have a
1-0.
stan, I have a hater. I have a hater, a number one hater. It's about damn time. I love you, bro. But
I have
TikTok
no
or
idea who
YouTube?
that is.
YouTube.
Oh,
He's
he's
in
in
the
the
comments?
YouTube comments. I
Yo.
thought you were talking about a YouTuber. I was like, okay, Dub.
No, the
Starting some
guy in the
beef. I like
YouTube
this.
comments, bro. I go to YouTube just to see what he says. Just to see it, 'cause
so
it's
fire.
it's
He's
so- 'cause
just
it's so-
scrolling past all the
it's
comments,
so funny
looking for
because
that username.
I love it because it's just so funny to me. I love watching him comment. It's hilarious to me. He
What
always
does he
says-
usually say?
Keep up the bad job, Dub.
That's so fire.
Yo, when I say I be rolling, bro, I be rolling every single time.
Oh
Every
man,
time.
That's hilarious.
that's a really good question.
All right, well, we're off
That's
this topic.
funny.
We're going to move on since Shaq wants to ignore this. I like this topic. I've had this sitting in the drafts for a long time. Who would you like to see form a big three in the NBA today or in the future? And it's obviously current players. And I didn't add this to the question, but we could, if you want to. Where would this big three play?
Who would you like to see form a big three in the NBA today or in the future? I would like to see in the future. I would like to see a big three. Who would I like to see?
I want to see Dame and Giannis together.
Dame and Giannis?
Would really love to see Dame and Giannis, and I'm gonna need one other guy to pair it up.
I want to see Zach LaVine and Giannis before I see Dame and Giannis.
I want Luka and Jokic.
Fighting over that.
I don't
Fighting
know if
over
that would
that
work out.
rock.
Yeah,
I
don't know
want
if that would work.
Luka, Jokic, and honestly, give me any like. They don't even have to be an all-star. Someone that's on the cusp of making the all-star team.
And Ev Smitty, I do love you, by the way. I don't have anything towards you. There's a few guys in the chat that I do not like, but you are not one of them.
Yo, Ev Smitty saying I had no idea Bread was such a fan of me is tier 1. Oh my god.
I guess I'll do Dame, Paul George, and Giannis.
Oh wow.
Why are you just picking big names?
So I'll take Paul George out of it then.
Big Rob says Curry, Giannis, Clay. Mars, Steph, Clay, Braun.
And Paul George is not better than Zach LaVine, by the way.
Luka, Paul George, and Jokic. Garp,
Fair.
that would be fire.
I said I would want to see Luka, Jaylen Brown, and Giannis.
That's good.
That could
I think we could win a
potentially destroy the
chip.
league.
That's amazing.
I think that could win a
But
chip.
I feel like anybody with Giannis and Jaylen Brown will probably get that job done, though.
Dame, Giannis. Who else can I?
Ja, in shape, Zion, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, Levine, and DeRozan. Fire.
I don't think Paul George is better than Zach LaVine, but this is the nonsense that I have to go up against all the time.
Who said
Crazy.
that?
Shaq, I was gonna let that die. Please don't bring it up again.
Cat, Dame,
Zach
Donovan,
LaVine.
Mitchell.
I feel like Zach LaVine averaged more points on better efficiency.
But Paul George offers something that Zach LaVine can't.
Maturity.
No defense.
Oh, Paul George plays defense now.
He
I
does.
haven't heard this one in a couple of weeks, months. I
Wait,
don't know.
wait. You don't think Paul George is better than Zach LaVine?
No, I don't think Paul George is better than Zach LaVine.
I'm really trying hard to figure out for this third guy.
You can say empty stats all you want to, but he's clearly proven that his empty stats on a good team is just ridiculous.
Listen, he plays for my team, so I love LaVine. But would I trade him for Paul George?
Based off of what though?
Like Dub
I
said,
understand.
I think he's a better. You could say he doesn't play defense, but he's a better defender than LaVine. I think Levine's becoming a better defender.
I honestly, I swear to God, Paul George playing defense for me, allegedly. I'm trying to figure out where are these. Where are these games?
Well,
where are these times where Paul George is just playing defense? I want to hear this one.
Just because he's getting showed up by Luka Doncic doesn't make him a bad defender. It's just he's going.
I mean, Kawhi's getting showed up by Luka.
I mean, you guys are the people that parade guard defense when it's clearly help defense and meeting a big at the rim.
Is PJ Tucker a good defender?
No, he just talks a lot. So he can agitate you. But you can still get your buckets on PJ. I feel like teams are good. It's good defensive teams. That's why the Spurs had the dynasty that they had.
I think there's good wing defenders, but you cannot, for the full stretch of a game, be consistently locking up on the wing. You just can't.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Because you're about to get clamped a few possessions where you're going to get frustrated and you're not scoring, but you're going to get those.
Shaq, you don't think Paul George is a more skillful defender than Zach LaVine?
I'm telling you, I'm not even thinking about defense in this argument at all. That's how much it does not weigh in my decision.
How?
Like between the two. Because I'm not going to say just because Zach LaVine doesn't play just as good. I've seen Zach LaVine play defense at the college level and at the NBA level. So you're not about to just sit here and act like
I'm
Zach
not saying
LaVine is just getting just blown by every single
for
possession.
sure. No, I mean, I think he's become a better defender every year.
My thing is, what player do you not see get picked on? If somebody rotates the ball, kicks it to the 45, and the ball is swinging, and you have to close out, Paul George, Kawhi, I'm sorry, you both were getting beat. I have a full head of steam going to the basket.
For sure. No, for sure.
So, of course, if you have players that can manipulate, and that's why a Bucks team does so well, that's why Golden State plays so well. Can Steph Curry play defense?
So you're basically
he knows how to.
Exactly.
It's a team defense. It's team. He knows how to read the passing lanes.
Hold on. You're basically telling me that nobody in the league plays defense.
In my opinion, absolutely not. There's team defense.
So when it comes to Steph Curry and let's see, who's
wait. You don't think Drew Holiday plays defense?
When it comes
Drew Holiday does play defense.
When it comes to
you're
Steph
talking,
Curry,
you're talking about
Steph Curry and Drew Holiday.
Well, Dub just asked you don't think anybody in the NBA plays
they
defense.
don't. Steph Curry and Drew Holiday, they don't like their defense is basically the same.
If you're trying to tell me that Paul George's defense is on any planet of Drew Holiday's, you're nuts. I didn't know that we were talking about specialists. Do I think that there's a defensive specialist? I think it's mostly bigs. But do you got guys that can sit down? There's 4 or 5 guys, but they cannot play offense as well as Paul George. And that's the point that I'm getting to. There's no way you're going to tell me that Paul George is just offensive talent and he just plays defense at the same level or
no.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. We're not comparing it to a Drew Holiday. We're comparing it to Zach LaVine.
Okay.
And Paul George.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Who plays better offense?
If you put Paul George on someone and you put Zach LaVine on someone, they're going to get the same amount of buckets.
1,000%, in my opinion. And if it's not, it's by 1 or 2 that could go either way on a nightly basis. Who said that Zach LaVine couldn't play defense, by the way? Where's this take coming from?
It's not the fact that he can't play defense, Shaq. It's just Paul George is just better at doing it.
It's no way it's no way that the gap or separation is as big as you think.
It is. I mean, when Paul George was in Indiana, I would say the gap was there. I don't think so much now. I agree with Shaq.
One person said Paul George plays defense, and we all ran with it. It's nuts.
I said
he looks good. He looks good in a defensive stance, and he can move laterally. I've seen Paul George get cooked many of times.
Everybody in the league gets cooked.
Why are we talking about defense right now?
Because it's all about who just does it better. And at the end of the day, Paul George just does it better. Don't get me wrong. It's the NBA.
Paul George, who's a better
based off of what?
Who's a better playmaker, Paul George or LaVine?
LaVine played point guard at a point in time, but I mean, I think based off of it just depends because if I can score instead of assist in those, then it's like that's not his position. And I don't feel like Paul George is crazy playmaker either. I feel like he passes to the open person the same way.
Neither is Zach LaVine.
Yeah, so
I think.
So when we're just looking at scoring, honestly, you could give Zach LaVine the slight edge, but it's not by a wide margin. So then we have to look at other things. And when we look at other things, Paul George is just better than him at other things.
Okay, I see Zach LaVine on a winning team right now, and it's no longer can be empty stats.
Okay. I mean, Paul George is on the same thing without his best player.
Like I can sit. I just feel like Zach LaVine's a bit. I feel like it's interchangeable. You can choose Paul George. I can prefer Zach LaVine. But I'm seeing right now Paul George on the team without Kawhi Leonard, and I mean, what? It's not just this impressive feat that you guys are talking about.
We got to get to viewer submitted questions. Go ahead. So finish your thought.
I'll just say he's averaging career highs, and he should be in the MVP conversation, but because of where the Clippers are currently standing, he's not in that conversation. But if you put him in Chicago and they're doing the same thing, he's in those talks.
Yeah, but the Clippers, that's based off of guys like you and Dub and whoever is saying Paul George is just a great, amazing two-way player.
I don't think he's a great two-way player.
And that's why, but that's why I said Zach LaVine will never get the respect that he deserves.
I mean,
it's just not going to happen.
No, I definitely did. I think he's definitely should get the respect he deserves this year.
Paul
I think
George has the benefit of being drafted
scorer.
To a great situation, playing on a great Pacers team with crazy pieces around him.
No, for sure.
And make it to the playoffs, and all of a sudden he's this guy. And then Zach LaVine, he doesn't have
but Shaq, you keep bringing up him being a great two-way player. I've never even said that in this whole time. I'm comparing it to Zach LaVine.
It's
That's
nowhere.
it.
So why?
He's just
So why do
better
you
at playing
choose to bring
defense
up
as Zach
defense in
LaVine.
this? Why do you choose to bring up
Because when
defense
we're
in this
looking at the
argument when
talent-
it's not even needed? Because Paul George does not play defense. So just stop with that. Paul George does not play. Let's call a spade a spade. He does not play. But I will definitively say he does not play better defense than Zach LaVine, and I don't know where this is coming from. What better on-ball defense?
I don't understand
So tell
why
me the
you're saying
defense that he plays
I
better
don't
right
understand
now.
why you're still in.
Tell me the defense
when
that he
Paul
plays
George-
better right now.
Paul George, when it comes to, like you said, the way he moves laterally, playing the passes lane, stealing the ball from other people. He just does that at a better level.
I think
Zach
I
LaVine.
mean, I think LaVine this year he's playing pretty good defense.
Playing pretty
He's
good,
playing-
but bro,
he's
Paul
playing
George's
solid.
been doing this for years.
Because he
I
has
mean,
other
but Paul-
veterans
but I will
around
say
him to carry the load
Paul
also.
George hasn't really played that great of defense since he left Indiana.
That
and I
doesn't make
think-
him.
All right.
That doesn't make him a bad
I don't think he's
defender all of a
no,
sudden.
but I agree. I can see where Shaq's coming from.
So,
coming
okay,
from,
so
that he
next
makes him
episode,
great
Dub,
because of
can
his
we-
team defense.
Jetty, can we have a players court on Paul George versus Zach LaVine
Let's do
next
it.
episode?
Let's do it.
I bet.
All right, let's
Dub,
get to
do you
viewer.
accept?
I accept.
Let's get to viewer submitted questions. Starting with my guy Buddha Kuda in the Discord. Should the Lakers regret not keeping Caruso?
Yes, I feel like any team. I mean, they can have a Rubio. I mean, Rondo. I mean,
Yo, you just said mad things.
What
just-
just
Caruso's
what did he just
like,
say?
what are you
He
picking,
said
Shaq?
Rubio. He said
because I'm like
Rondo.
anybody that just plays hard in the right way will fit in LA at this current moment. So I'm like,
For
but
sure.
Caruso's currently killing for my Bulls. So it's like only 5
No,
players in double digits tonight. He was one of them.
Caruso, I saw him. I recognize him in LA. Like, this guy's a really good player off the bench. He's a solid role player because he plays it. He's a very good playmaker. He's a solid defender. He's just one of those guys that he's just gonna give you all that effort, like 100% effort, and he just makes plays. And he's doing that in Chicago. And I think the Lakers are missing that right now, considering who just played today for the first time. Can't even think of it, but they definitely,
You talking about the Lakers?
yeah.
They faced Miami. They just won.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that they should probably regret it, but I
Butler
love
got hurt, though.
Caruso on the Bulls.
No, for
Much
sure.
better than I
love
like
it
him on
too.
the Lakers.
Trust me.
I love Caruso
I
on
don't-
any team. It's
I
like
don't
Kevin
think.
Durant.
I don't think they regretted that much. I mean, they found a replacement.
Why don't you
for
like
Butler.
Kevin Durant? Sorry, Dub.
Go ahead.
I said I like Kevin Durant on any team the same way I like Caruso on any
Oh,
team.
okay. I thought you said you would like him on any team except on Kevin Durant's.
Oh no,
bad,
no.
my bad.
Caruso and the Nets, I think they probably beat the Bucks last year.
All right.
Just those type of guys,
This one,
difference makers.
this next one actually comes from our guy up here, Erik, around the NBA podcast. If MJ doesn't come back in 95, who wins the finals between 1996 through 1998?
Wow. Utah Jazz go back to back. And then in the year, I guess Shaq might win a ring.
It'd probably in '96. It'd probably be Magic and Sonics.
I think Shaq might win his first ring right there.
Then that would change his narrative for you.
Absolutely.
Wait,
How
what narrative?
Wait, Dub, no. The rings can't be a part of your narrative of why you hate Shaq.
Wait, you
It's
hate
clearly
Shaq?
because of his
I
talent.
don't hate Shaq. Honestly, it's defense.
Oh.
Honestly, it's
What's this narrative of you and Shaq?
Oh, God, we're not starting this.
We're not
Stay on topic. Stay on topic.
Because I walked it back.
Yeah,
last
stay on
episode.
topic.
I walked it back last episode.
Oh, okay, Dub, my bad. You did walk it back, so you can say that.
So Jay Gideon says Rockets and Jazz. You guys say, or Dub says Jazz back to back.
What year for the Rockets? '96.
Dub, the chat's killing you about Shaq right now, rightfully so.
I walked it back. Get over it.
I just asked you a question, though, and I said, would that change your narrative about Shaq? And you said, absolutely. Whatever that means. So now all of a sudden he's a better player. Then I told you,
I really
stop
want to
being
know this
nasty.
narrative.
No, we're not talking about this narrative.
I
All right.
don't want to get into it.
This-
It's gonna be a whole nother debate. and
This
I don't
one's
think
from
it's-
Johnny and I'm sorry, Johnny Beckel. That's the best I could do. Johnny Beckel from Discord. This is more of a statement. He was saying, can we talk about how Karl Anthony Towns is overrated? So I
this
guess
is
my
what you
question
guys do.
is Karl Anthony Towns overrated?
This is what you guys do. You guys say he's overrated, and we can't compare Cat to any other big that's been in the playoffs just because he's been on empty stats. But if you put Cat on a winnable team, it's a totally different conversation.
I agree.
I
think Karl Anthony Towns is a great talent.
Yes, I think Karl Anthony Towns is a great talent, but at the end of the day, I just don't like his work ethic. I don't.
Oh God.
Based off of
Who's telling you that?
Based off of Jimmy Butler.
It's not Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
Jimmy
Bro,
texted you?
that's just like me going into a gym and working out the way I want to, and a coach saying I don't work hard just because I don't freaking go in there and run laps and kill myself. How does Jimmy Butler? What is Jimmy Butler? What did he say specifically about Cat? Not guys don't work hard there. What did he say about Cat specifically?
Did Dub freeze?
I don't know. He usually sits like that, so it's hard to tell.
Player's choice, guys. 1-0.
Saved them.
Yeah, because this is
I bailed
nasty.
them.
Anytime. This is how I know my takes never be too nasty, because my Jordan's internet blew up once. Dale often freezes. Now Dub's in here. LaRon freezes. This is nastiness right now.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Jack. Do you think Cat's a superstar?
No way in hell.
Yeah, not at
Okay.
all.
Okay, that's fair.
No, not a
And
superstar.
someone
That's
said, can he be
nasty.
the best player on a team? I think that he'd be an amazing second fiddle.
No, I think he can be the best player on the team. Like if it was him and Jaylen Brown, I think Cat's a better player than Jaylen Brown.
I like him though being.
Production-wise.
I like him being second
that-
fiddle, man. That's
Is
tough.
Is that championship worthy? Jaylen Brown and Cat.
I mean, if we for sure need another piece like
Not champion.
let's say Alonzo,
So Lonzo, Jaylen Brown,
or
and Cat
even
are
a CP3. If it was CP3, Jaylen Brown, and Cat,
That's an
they're-
amazing three.
yeah, that's a really good roster. Now, who they match up against, and if CP3 stays healthy with Jaylen Brown and Cat, that's a nightmare.
It's kind of like the same thing. Would you
Y'all hear
compare
me?
the same to similar? Yeah.
So
okay.
similar to what?
To Phoenix right now with
No.
Ayton and Book.
No. Cat is 10 times better than Ayton. Jaylen Brown is just as good as Devin Booker, and CP3 is CP3. So I think in the finals, if you have a Cat instead of DeAndre Ayton, it's a different series.
I would like to think so.
I don't like Cat. I don't.
Oh, but
I don't like Cat.
finish it based off
I
of
don't
Jimmy
like Cat
Butler
because
telling
based off
you
of what
this
Jimmy-
win.
Not telling me is what.
Wait. You don't like
what told
Cat in
season.
general, or you just don't like his work ethic?
I don't like Cat in general because of his work ethic.
Based off of what was said, I need to know exactly what was said
Because
about
of what
Cat,
Jimmy
not
Sutler
about the
said,
guys.
that Jimmy doesn't is his work ethic, is his drive to not want to compete, and
He said this about Cat specifically
yes.
on what interview?
These is on. So I mean, you can look it up, but I know that there was a major variety of credible sources that has said this, because I remember reading about this, throughout this all happened, on why he left the Minnesota Timberwolves and why he wanted out and why he got everybody who was on the bench and beat them in the 5-on-5.
Did anybody in the chat hear of this?
I
just
think I know what he's referring to when there was that whole debacle with Jimmy in the offseason where he played with the second string
Yes.
players and he beat
Because
Andrew
Jimmy,
Wiggins and Cat.
as you guys said, Jimmy's a dog, Jimmy's a warrior, and Jimmy wants guys to get with the program, and he's all about winning now. Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns at that time, they just wasn't there. They wasn't on the same page as Jimmy Butler, which is why Jimmy Butler wanted out. It had nothing to do with the way he got along with the guys or anything like that. It had everything to do with their work ethic and them wanting to win. He believed that they just didn't want to win. They were fine just playing basketball.
Wait, what year was Cat and Andrew Wiggins in at this time?
Bro, honestly,
would've
my
been
work ethic
Wiggins.
probably would be trash too if I was in Minnesota.
And playing with Jimmy Butler. But what year was Cat in?
I don't remember. Let me think.
That
I don't remember at all.
it was 2015, 2016. So Cat this was for sure his first 3 or 4 years
It was,
in the league.
I don't think it was.
But what does that have to do anything with his work ethic? If
I
you're
think it was like 2017, 2018.
if you're fresh starting out, that should make you want to work harder.
No,
'Cause they
this
made
is
the playoffs
this is all based off of what Jimmy Butler's saying. I don't take this as fact just because Jimmy Butler comes out yapping his trap. I don't. I don't.
I'm going off of what Jimmy Butler said. Honestly,
mean,
Shaq, by you saying that, you're basically saying that there's no credible sources ever,
No, it's all
and that
objective.
we
Okay. Is that opinion or is that fact? Because if we ask Cat, I guarantee you it's a different story.
it could be a different story. Okay.
Cat's
It
an
will be.
all-star. Cat's an all-star. You don't.
I want to
I
know
don't
what his.
He needs to be. He needs to have some kind of work ethic to be an
I want to know
all-star.
what his coach is saying. I'm choking on water.
I'm just saying that you can't sit here and knock off of what somebody says when they've been through that whole process. You can't sit here
No,
and
I can take it with a grain of salt though. I'm not about to sit here and say just because Jimmy Butler said this, and that on a team that wasn't going to the championship. Anyways. So what was his expectations coming in there with a third-year guy? And I think the chat said a third-year guy and a 4-year guy.
He just wanted to win. He wanted them to compete at a high level, and he just didn't believe.
So what
that
did they
were
eventually
competing
end up doing?
at the highest level that they? It's all about potential, Shaq.
I know,
And
but what
Jimmy-
did they eventually
but
end
Jimmy-
up doing?
They made the playoffs. Well, no, that year I don't even know what the hell happened. I
They
think
made the
didn't even make
playoffs. They made the playoffs with
when he
1 year
got
with
traded.
Jimmy.
When he got traded,
He was on that playoff team when they lost. I think the year before.
he was on that playoff team when they lost.
When,
but when he got traded,
when Cat was, no, they didn't make the playoffs that year.
okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, what point is that?
Jimmy wasn't happy with the fact that he believed that they wasn't playing to the fullest of their potential. Because they do. Wiggins and Cat both have tremendous potential, especially at that time.
Do you think
I'm just trying to
potential now?
you just have Jimmy Butler on such a high pedestal, and he's going in there mad at Carl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins
for not pushing themselves. Yes.
Wait, why did they not? Because they got what out of the playoffs? What happened? What happened in this series?
It's not even about the playoffs. It's about he just didn't believe that they were pushing themselves to their fullest potential. That's the issue.
How many years has Jimmy Butler gotten zapped? I just need to know right now. For you to sit here and talk so highly of him.
Really.
All right.
I love his character. I love his war spirit, and I love his win now approach. He's all about his business. Regardless on what happens.
So if you could take any career in the league, you're taking Jimmy Butler?
Ah, come on. Don't do that. Of course, there's people better than him. Of course, there's people with better careers. But at the end of the day,
okay. Who's better in Miami, LeBron or Jimmy?
We gotta wrap this up, by the way. So
LeBron.
Okay, Jimmy or Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade.
So anybody that's presently in Miami, you cape for them?
No, not really.
Have you been to Miami?
I just really like Jimmy. Really like Jimmy a lot. When I heard news of him, when there was news of him coming to Miami after his stint in Philly, I was like, yo, it's like that's fire. I was like,
it seems like everywhere Jimmy goes, there's problems except Miami. There's always some type of Jimmy coming out and saying this player wasn't doing that, this player wasn't doing that, and it always seems to be younger guys.
This is narrative, right? Because honestly, there was no problems in Philly. It was just a coaching issue. There was no problems in Philly.
I mean, not within the locker. I mean,
the locker room was perfectly fine. It was
for sure, but it
was a fit issue.
I mean,
they couldn't find a fit together.
He was on the JJ Redick podcast saying like the reason why he left was mostly because he didn't say any names, but it was probably Brett Brown.
No, he said Brett Brown, and that Brett Brown he said that I remember watching that. He said that Brett Brown, it just didn't feel like there was somebody in charge of that room. That Brett Brown was just.
He said if you can contain Jimmy, we can re-sign him.
Look at that.
But I don't. JJ himself said he didn't think Jimmy was tough to work with.
Yeah, but Jimmy didn't cause any issues, even knowing that.
I think Philly messed up by not re-signing him.
Exactly.
All right.
It's not Jimmy's fault.
You don't?
They weren't going anywhere fast.
All right,
Jimmy's exactly where he needs to be with Pat Riley.
For sure, but what I'm saying, Philly. I mean, Miami benefited from that, but Philly, they would have benefited from keeping Jimmy. You would rather have Tobias Harris over Jimmy?
I would like a lot of people over Tobias Harris.
Yeah, we already had this conversation
in Philly.
All right, let's wrap this show up. If you are new to Player's Choice, we always do a guess all-time top 10 NBA players list. This is Eric's first time on the show, so he's going to give us his top 10 whenever he is ready. The floor is his.
So like I was saying at the beginning of the show, this is what Shaq would call a hearsay top 10. But it's
Oh,
got-
he say or she say. That's what it is.
It's-
He say or she say.
It's,
Yep.
Okay,
It's hearsay, but
it's
okay.
hearsay. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My bad.
so in order, I got Jordan 1, Kareem 2, LeBron 3, Magic 4, Duncan 5. 6, I have Bird. 7, I have Hakeem. 8, I have Shaq. 9, Wilt. 10, Bill.
And what is this based off of?
And
What
put
do
it
you
in the
mean?
blender, mix it up, and just throw it at the wall, and it's probably gonna look the same every single time.
Do you want my not hearsay top 10?
I can't believe Kobe wasn't in your top 10 just now. Or did you say his name?
No, I did
You
not
did
say
not.
Kobe.
How many championships does Kobe have?
You got 5.
Okay.
Who's
That
coming
sounded
off the
like
list?
one of those lists.
Who's coming off the
Listen.
list?
Listen, a guy like Bill Russell needs to come off the
Hold
list.
on, what's the
He's
other
most,
list?
He's the most winningest
Hey,
champion.
Hold
He's
on,
the
what's
most winning champion of all
what's
time.
the other list though? What's the other list?
Okay, so these are my top 10 that I've personally witnessed.
Okay.
Eric, I can put you in middle school right now, and you probably be the most winningest middle schooler to ever play. I don't know what competition Wilt was going up against.
All right. So my other list is I got LeBron 1, Duncan 2, Shaq 3, Kobe 4, Curry 5, 6 Giannis, 7 KD, 8 Wade, 9 KG, 10 Dirk.
Where was Kobe at 4?
Yes.
What was that? Wait, repeat the
I'm
top
not mad
5
at
again.
that.
Repeat what?
Your top 5 again.
LeBron, Duncan, Shaq, Kobe, Curry.
Okay. And then you got Giannis above KD already.
Yes.
You got
Wow.
Giannis above KG and Dirk.
Yes.
Already.
Yes, I agree with
Yes.
both of those.
I'm about to zap you
Yes.
off the podcast.
So
Why?
if he retired right now,
He has a better career than Dirk.
He
Yes.
has a better career than both of them, and he's only 26.
Yeah, he does. He
God
does.
bless.
He does.
How?
He does.
And I would put him ahead of KD because I've said this. KD's 2 championships equals Giannis's 1. Because KD had a super team.
I wish Dell was here.
Oh
I
man,
wish
Okay.
this
Dell
show
was
would go
here.
on for 4 hours.
My God, I can't. There's 2 things wrong with
Go
both
ahead.
of your lists. Kobe definitely deserves in the
Who
top
comes
5,
off the
no matter,
list?
no
Top
matter how you
5?
look at
No,
it.
listen,
no
listen,
matter
listen.
how, no
Here,
matter
here,
how
here.
you look at it. No matter how
Listen,
you look at it.
this
No,
is-
hold up.
Go
No
ahead,
matter
go ahead.
how you look at it, career-wise, talent-wise, doesn't matter. Kobe career-wise is an accomplished player in NBA history. Okay, you want
That's
to put
fair.
Bill Russell there just because? Okay, no problem.
Not just because he's the
problem.
most winningest player of all time.
Because of his
Not
career,
just
because of his career stats.
You
and
have to
everything.
account for that.
Career, you want to put Wilt there? Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. But at the end of the day, when you look at a guy like Shaq, you
What
could
about
argue
him?
that Kobe had a better career than Shaq. Without a doubt in my mind. If we're looking at career accomplishments, we got 5 championships, 2 finals MVP, an MVP, more NBA, all NBA defensive teams. They're neck and
Stop.
neck
Just he plays
So-
defense.
So here's my
Don't-
logic
don't
for
get
my
into
top
the
5.
all-team
This
stuff.
is my logic for my top 5. If you are not the greatest player at your position, and I get there's going to be the debate of positionless basketball, but if you are not the greatest player at your position, you cannot be in my top 5. That's my logic. So although you cannot, Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time. Jordan is the greatest shooting guard of all time, and that's not fair to Kobe because he's going up against someone like Jordan. LeBron is the greatest small forward of all time. Magic is the greatest point guard of all time, and Kareem is the greatest center of all time. So if you're not the greatest player at your position, I can't put you in my top 5.
Or the second greatest player. Because
Wait, but who says Kareem is the greatest at the 5 spot?
is
We
he-
can start there.
Talent and skill wise, I would say Hakeem is the greatest center of all time. So I know you guys were talking about last time doing top 10 with no accolades. I would put Hakeem far higher than any other center.
And who is the greatest point guard of all time?
Magic.
But
So then
when you-
where's Steph? Because that's what I'm confused about.
What do you mean?
Where's Steph at in all of this?
He'd probably be. I have Kobe at 11, and Steph. would
So how
probably-
isn't Steph already? Because we're winding down on the tail end of Steph's career, and in 10 years, Steph will be considered a top 10 player of all time.
how?
You don't
Why
think
would-
Steph's ever going to crack the top 10?
No, unless he wins another championship, and unless he wins a Finals MVP. No,
He has 3 championships, correct?
How many Finals MVPs does he have?
Yes, two. Wait, Finals MVP is given first off. So I never include that. Andre Iguodala have a Final MVP. Do you have him as a top 75 player?
No, but you cannot compare Iguodala to Steph.
You can't compare Iguodala to Steph. That's the point that I'm making there. Iguodala's a Finals MVP, and you're comparing him to Steph. And you're trying to say just because Steph wasn't a Finals MVP,
who you put is Steph better than Bird?
Arguably.
Listen, when we're doing these greatest
arguably
of all time,
arguably.
Bird's a better defender. He's a better rebounder. He's arguably
Steph's a better shooter by 100.
Okay, then for sure. I mean,
it's not even close. It's not even close though.
No, it's not. I mean, he's the greatest shooter of all time. That's no.
Yeah,
but
Larry Bird shoots 3 a game in his best season. He's shooting three three-pointers a game.
That's fair.
Steph is out here shooting 8, 9, 10.
But that's fair. That's fair.
But KD's better than Larry Bird. And Steph is also better than Larry Bird.
And there's another thing.
Kobe Bryant is better than Larry Bird.
Yes, he is.
I can get with that logic. So to me, there's a difference between being better and being greater.
There's not a difference.
Yes, there is.
When we're talking,
no.
When we're talking
Larry
about,
Bird's greatness is
Larry Bird is not greater than Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Great as far as like accomplishments. Yes.
No, but Kevin Durant is better than Larry Bird.
But
1000%. But it's not as far as you think it is.
When we're talking about these greatest players
between Kevin Durant and Bird.
Yeah, because Giannis is going to go down better than Larry Bird.
That's fact.
He could. But when we're talking about these greatest players of all time, it's not just career accomplishments. It's not just
for sure
their impact on the league. It's not just the talent that they had. It's a collection of all of that.
No, for sure.
So
for sure.
It's a collection of all of that.
I completely agree with that.
On you guys' list, it's a collection of all of that. I don't include any of that rumbo jumbo. I don't. When we're talking about basketball players, Steph's better than Larry. Kobe's better than Larry.
Yes.
I can say Kobe.
Better than Larry.
I could say KD.
Steph,
I don't know how.
There's a lot of people
is Steph better than Magic?
Talented than Larry Bird.
You said it's Steph better than Magic?
Yeah.
I mean,
because is Larry Bird better than Magic?
No, I don't think so. I
give Larry over Magic because.
Okay, so if Steph is better than Larry, he's got to be better than Magic, right?
I would choose Steph over Magic in my top 10. Yes, I would.
I would take Steph to start a franchise over Magic for sure.
Then so the top 10 is basically who was able to which owner was able to construct the best team around you, especially at that time. It had nothing to do with players. It wasn't it. But I mean,
would Steph have 3 championships without KD?
No.
No. What are we talking about?
But would Magic have his championships without, or do we got to keep going down this road?
I get you're right.
So I mean, would MJ have his without? I mean, we could sit here and do that.
For sure.
It just is what it is at that point. But even without the championships, that's what I'm saying. Even without the championships,
no, for sure. To me, if you have Kobe, I wouldn't put Kobe top 5. But if you have Kobe top anywhere between 6 and 10, I have no issue with that.
No issue with that at all. Top 5?
To me, I just said if you're not the greatest player at your position, you can't be top 5.
All right.
Tim Duncan has.
We're over 2.5 hours.
When you was talking about Larry Bird and Steph Curry and everything, you was mentioning better rebounder, defender, Okay, why are you bringing that up though? If it's not talent driven or it's not has nothing to do with
for sure. No, but I'm saying Tim Duncan. Did Tim Duncan not have a better career than Kobe?
No,
it's debatable.
No,
debatable.
It is debatable.
It's debatable, but I would say Duncan.
But I say no.
Duncan was relevant for 3 decades.
Kobe was zapping Duncan out the playoffs. Kobe was doing that. Kobe's the reason why he didn't go to more finals.
So what do you have? Duncan relevant for 3 decades?
He won in '99.
Okay.
He won in the
when Kobe was with Shaq, Tim Duncan went to the finals how many times? 1 time, right? 1 time.
Yeah, and he won.
Okay. Then when Kobe got help,
he just got zapped off the call. Thank God. All right, let's wrap this up.
Tim Duncan do.
God damn it.
Wait. Y'all hear me? What happened? Did y'all get that last part?
No.
When Kobe got help after Shaq, as in he got Paul Gasol, all them guys. What did he do? He went to 3 straight finals.
Tim Duncan won in 2013, was it 2014?
Okay,
When he was like, and he was putting up great numbers.
he played great, but that was a team effort. That wasn't just him.
Okay, but the Lakers, it wasn't.
No,
a team
I mean
effort.
that was like
Ron
that was
Artest didn't bail out Kobe.
no, that was like really like a team effort. That was really
For sure, for
team-oriented
sure.
basketball, like to
Okay.
the max.
So would you put Kobe ahead of Magic?
Yes, absolutely.
So is Kobe the greatest Laker of all time?
Yes, Magic and Shaq says that. Magic said that himself. And Shaq, whenever they talk about greatest players of all time, you know who he always brings up?
He does bring up Kobe.
All right, final
All the
words on
time.
this subject.
Oh yeah. Tune in to Clubhouse, man. We started.
No, not final words, just on the subject, bro.
Oh, my bad. No, I'm good. I'm
All
good. I got everything. I
I'm
had to
good
get
too.
off.
Cool. All right. Final words. I'm gonna start with.
Oh yeah. So
thank
tune
you.
into Clubhouse and every. Oh
Hey,
my bad, Shaq.
There you
Go
go,
ahead.
Dove.
Yeah, go ahead, Dev.
Nah, tune in to Clubhouse and everything. We starting it back up. Please join up. We really want to hear your guys' opinion, hear your guys' takes, and just be involved in the community, man.
Shaq.
Where in the world is Dale?
Yeah, that's a great question. Making me nervous.
That's all I have to say.
Erik, final words.
No, man, I appreciate you guys having me on. I hope I can be back. Follow me on TikTok at around the NBA _podcast. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
But,
go follow his podcast too. It's on Spotify.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Amazing.
Get your podcast.
Everyone go follow Around the NBA podcast. Give it a listen. Make sure you go rate and review his podcast too. And if you don't give him 5 stars, you're not welcome back here. Thank you,
Thanks.
everybody, for tuning in live on Twitch. Thank you for watching on YouTube, listening on all the audio platforms.
Was this a W guest? I seen one person said W guest.
Definitely. That's my
Dubs in
cousin,
the
guys.
chat. And I just,
appreciate it.
I know I started this at the top of the show. Just want to end on this note as well, man. Davon, I wish you the best, man. Keep on keeping on, bro. It
Yes,
gets
sir.
better. We're rooting for you, bro. So
Thanks.
make sure you like, comment, subscribe to all the things, man. We love y'all.
Right.
And if you don't wish me happy birthday in the YouTube comments, you're banned.
Happy birthday,
So
JB.
it is what it is. All right, y'all. Peace.